assuming it's gonna all come to Diddy in a way that like if you got like all right, let's use a case where you got like a lease of apartment, right? Me and you got the lease together. Yeah, it falls on both of us, but if I'm dead broke and you want to fix your life, make sure your credit and all that still taken care of, you may pay the whole bill. So I'm looking at it as probably like that for Diddy. Like anybody could be responsible, but he the
Yeah, but
nigga that's
she
going to take.
specifically sued Diddy, Epic Records. It was a bunch of people that she was
Does
pursuing
Epic
there.
Records still exist?
I have no idea.
I don't think so. Basically, what I'm saying is like yes, everybody's still liable, but the only motherfucker that could really pay for it is Diddy. And I don't just mean financially; I just mean in general. The only motherfucker with anything to lose out of that is Diddy. So he's going to be the one that gets blackmailed or whatever we want to call it in this regard. Because I'm not sure if the allegations how true they are or not. Honestly, I do believe a lot of the allegations did happen, and that's just belief. I'm not chastising Diddy for that because I'm not saying he's guilty. I'm just saying what I believe story wise. That's
Yeah.
irrelevant. But
Why do you think that is true?
no, I don't think that everything that she said is
I mean,
true.
why do you think the parts that you do believe is true for those particular parts? Why do you think those are true?
Just because of his history and things that I know that are absolutely true. Like I'm not gonna say that he beat her up, but like he has a history of violence in public. I seen him like punch J. Cole on TV.
Mm-hmm.
Just outlandish shit that he would do. That I'm not saying that he was violent to her, but I just think that he has an outlandish attitude where he might do anything. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So, and again, that's not me saying that he's guilty. It's just saying that I believe some of that shit is true. I'm not saying he should be judged based on what we believe, but I believe some of them stories is believable.
Well, I will hope y'all would judge people based off how y'all believe, what y'all believe about them.
No,
If y'all,
I judge
hi
people on what
baby,
I judge people on what
Hi,
I know to
baby.
be facts.
hi baby.
Hi,
You know what I
everybody.
mean?
It's
Like,
Nelly with the belly.
hey,
How
what's up, Nelly
y'all
with the belly?
How y'all doing?
I'm
How
cold.
you doing, baby? I tend to judge
I'm
people
good.
on
I'm
what I
still
know I've
working
seen with my
home
own
working.
eyes. Like if somebody told me you was a horrible person, I wouldn't judge that unless I saw it for myself.
Well, everybody said I'm horrible, but I don't care.
Who said you was horrible, Chanel? Nobody ever said that in the history of
Yeah,
Chanel.
I'm telling you.
She lying, y'all.
They
Nobody
call
ever
me
said Chanel was
Eve.
horrible.
They call me all kind of stuff. Ask my baby.
Who they? Who is they?
People,
Who people?
people I be meeting.
She loved by everybody. Her client, her patients love her, y'all, at work. We all love her as
I
well.
know, baby.
Honey,
You
why
for
you on here
your
twice? You want to grace us with your presence twice? Oh, you frozen up there somehow. You Elsa
Yeah,
up
yeah.
there.
I forgot that I was connected to my Wi-Fi in my house, and
You forgot your hip bone was connected to the knee bone? All right, I got you.
yeah, big facts, and it's like cold, and like I was connected to the Wi-Fi, so I tried to click off the Wi-Fi and just kicked me out of the whole shit.
Yo, this Shimonian is killing me. She really cold out here. Why you ain't
You
put on
gonna
like
be
a
alright.
sweater?
That's me at work because I'll have to go dig through something to find a sweater, and everything else I got out right now is all like thin anyway, so it don't even freaking matter.
I dig it. I dig it. But what's going on with you, Chanelica? Introduce yourself for the people. We glad to have you here.
Yeah, what's up? What's up?
About to
Yeah,
put on my
that's it. I
jacket,
don't got nothing to say. I just wanted to say what's up. I'm here. You know what I'm saying? All you hoes
baby.
and niggas beware that the Nelly's here. You know what I'm saying? You got a problem.
Beware.
See management. You know what I'm saying?
See management. Who management? You don't want to come see me. Yeah, I mean.
Oh wow. I do not know why StreamYard will not let me put a fucking thumbnail on this joint that I spent all that time creating and complaining about.
It was like fuck out of here.
Yeah, they definitely ugly for that one. But anyway, so Chanel, we was talking about the Diddy case
Boobs.
again. Uh,
Look at Honey's boobs. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Never mind.
I don't know how much attention we could bring to titties on YouTube. If any children happen to watch this, look away.
No
Look like
titties.
this.
No titties. For the kids.
No
No
titties for
kids.
you.
Titties.
Go get
Take
a
my
cup of
kids around the
juice.
breastfeed them. You know what I'm saying? I don't even have one child. The breastfeeding only lasted 2 months. And I was like, chill. Chill.
Uh, but Chanel, what you think about Diddy settling out of court, and what do you think? What do you think about him resigning from Revolt?
Resigning from who?
Revolt. It was basically like how Hove used to have. What was that shit Jay-Z used to have?
I don't know.
What, Rockaway?
Nah, he used to own like one of them companies too. It was like kind of like a Spotify type joint.
Oh, well,
Oh.
so with the Diddy stuff, I just feel like they just doing too much with the Diddy stuff. I don't know. It's kind of complicated. Like these women, I don't know, because they be going after these superstars and they be going to do everything they wanted to do. And I just feel like when they run out of money, then they be mad about all the options that they did. Because I feel like some of these girls was with it. They was with it when these niggas had money. Okay, I don't want to hear none of that shit for real. Like sometimes, yeah, maybe they can take advantage because they're a celebrity, but then another stance, it'd be like some of them take that shit. Even parents give up their kids. Okay, sit up there selling their kids because they're set status.
Yep. Speak the facts, baby. Beat the facts. Mm-hmm.
That's 100% facts. My thing with her is, and I'm not going again harp too much on whether he innocent or guilty because none of us will ever really know. But I remember when she was saying that she broke up with him because he wouldn't marry her. And then
Yeah.
after that, it was, oh, he beat me up, and that's why I left him. So it was like, pick a battle. Why would you marry a nigga that was
Yeah, I do remember everybody pumping that, like, oh, she wanted to get married, have kids, and Diddy didn't want that, so that's why she left, blah, 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 blah. So it's like, that's the person you wanted to marry and have a kid that was then left him because of that. But you wanted to marry and have a kid, even though they was doing all these horrendous things that you listed to you, but you wanted to marry that person.
Yeah, it just doesn't
Extreme.
add up sometimes. I don't
Yeah.
know, like the shit that be some of that shit don't be adding up. I be feeling like when they get their feelings hurt, that's when they want to motherfucking say all this bullshit.
Hmm. Or when they want custody of the kids.
Yeah.
yeah, that happens a lot. We won't speak on
Mhm.
Kiki Palmer right now. We might bring her up later in the show. But
Yeah.
as far as Revolt, him resigning, like I said, Revolt is like a hip hop type thing.
It's like
Um,
he is a like a channel baby. He is a channel, a Revolt channel where they stream a lot of those podcasts. Like Carisha on
right.
Young Miami, her podcast little show was on his channel and on his streaming service. And then the Drinking Chance with Nori, that's on his channel. And then he get a lot of like backstories of like artists that's coming up and little shows and shit. Like it's a cute thing. And they have a magazine too, right?
They do have a magazine as well.
Mhm.
So yeah, I believe he was CEO or acting CEO at one point and had to step down from the chair. Now I don't believe that means that he traded his shares of the company. I'm not sure if Revolt is a privately owned or publicly traded company, but I do know that he stepped down from his chair. So his
Mhm.
vote and all that, and him being a
Even
public
though
face,
he wasn't active as the CEO, they already said that he was involved in the day to day of Revolt.
right? Which makes sense. I mean, he's just a partial owner. But do you think that reflects anything as far as his public image going forward? People trying to say he's going to be, have no career type thing. But I mean, what is Diddy's career right now? Anything? His career is like investing in companies and making millions off that, right? He not still like
Um,
producing music and shit as much.
yeah, he hasn't really been producing music like that. You know what I'm saying? But they did tarnish his imagery. You know, moving forward, he won't be a part of a lot of the conversation that he would have been a part of before, I guess, or a lot of the business opportunities for at least the next 10 years. He probably won't be the first choice where they will go to, at least not publicly. You know what I'm saying? So, um, I guess he'll take a bit of a hit, but I don't think he's gonna take that much of a hit where he's never gonna work again in this town type shit. Mhm.
Yeah, I remember that saying back in the day we used to watch movies and shit. They'd be like, "You'll never work in this town again." I'd be like, "Okay, buddy,
Okay, all right, sure, you're
I
right,
got $1
sir.
billion and I ain't never gonna have a job again." Okay,
And like for me, I tend to think along the lines of what my baby Chanel was saying, like, and but I want to dig a little deeper. Like at the end of the day, in society, how we are right now, like we teach people that it's okay to sell their soul for money. You know what I'm saying? And then later on receive monetary gain because they chose to sell their soul for money. So you chose you sold your well-being, your mental health, all these things for money, which call it and which call it when it was because when it was love, it was all right. You saying so now when it's talking about money, then now it's like, oh, I need more money than what I was getting before for this. You know what I'm saying? Like so I feel like we need to also have people also take accountability for some of the actions that they have. We have so many ways to write off a woman's action in those certain situations, which call it whether it's returning back to somebody that was, you know, abusive. You know what I'm saying? Like it's returning back to that person. We write off why she did it. Which call it when we talk about her even getting with a person that they already knew that was rumored to be that way, you know what I'm saying, and writing it off like, oh well, she was trying to rise, try to be. We make too many excuses for the other side. Like it has to be accountability on both sides. If it's not
Right.
accountability on both sides, then nothing's really ever going to change.
Right. How we supposed to respect you as the equal if we keep being like, oh, you did it because of this or that? You're not going to be respected as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
But I think
You
that's
see,
what a lot of people do. Like that's where the line between victim blaming and accountability becomes real thin.
mm-hmm. I definitely agree, and even also what my baby said um about the parents. I feel like in these cases, because I know that a lot more people have been a lot more vocal about what happened in the 90s and shit like that. So I think Gloria Velez, was it Gloria Velez? I think it's Gloria Velez. Yeah, she came forward and she wrote a couple of Instagram posts, if I'm not mistaken, or one of social media posts, and she was talking about like uh Aaron Hall, you know what I'm saying, and then also Uncle Luke, which Uncle Luke on me automatically came forward was like, we don't play that. You better stop. Keep it at your baby father, or you know what I'm saying, face this defamation suit. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you call it, but like as far as Zoe Velez, like everybody's like, oh my god, you can't believe that this was happening. A lot of people knew what's happening, that's one. And then two, what you call it, like what she went through was really fucking crazy. So I feel like if there's gonna be suits like that coming forward, we also have to involve the parents in those suits. You know what I'm saying? So because at the end of the day, we're talking about 14, 15-year-old girls on at music videos and at scenes and all stuff like that, and in an area where they actually want to like, are you 18? And you go, yeah, I'm 18. They just let you go through at that time. You
Right.
would say like you just went ahead. Nobody really was verifying ages and all like that. We would ask you if you said yes, and if you lied about your age, nobody knew unless you came forward and said that you knew. So where were the parents at? The parents also need to be pulled into that about accountability when it comes to the video vixens of the 90s being teenagers.
Did you ever see that documentary? It was on BT. I believe it was called Sex. And it was basically a documentary about the video vixen industry. Because I found myself wondering. I was like, damn, from like 2008 to like 2016, now you're kind of seeing it come back again.
Yeah.
Video vixens were completely gone from music videos. Like, check
Mm-hmm.
out any videos around the like Soldier Boy era, even to the point where Lil Wayne, a lot of his music videos, it might have one girl in there and she like the video girl. But
Mm-hmm.
as far as like video vixens and tip drill videos and all that shit was dead because the hip hop industry had a big investigation going on with sex trafficking because of the video vixen girls.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's coming back somewhat now, but even that's mostly digital. Like a lot of the times, a lot of those girls aren't even really there. Or if you've seen a video, you might see like a Future video where it's a girl with a fat ass in the video and Future not even in the video.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't even in the video because it's like we don't even want those problems, you know?
Yeah, it definitely looks that way. You're saying it, but like and then now like most of those agencies they cast models and all that stuff through another agency which already has to verify the ages of the people that's inside of the video, and
Right.
also they need their signature on releasing their imagery and they what you call it and all that stuff now. So now it's a little more paperwork there. Back in the day they'll pull up on the spot and get the cutest girls from the audience to come up there, and now them cute girls is in the back, and a 15, 16, or 17-year-old will slip through in the crowd because nobody was verifying things at that time. You're saying so that even still calls the question like these people were out at parties at clubs.
2 in the morning.
Sorry, New York is New York. You're saying they was
Out to
out
New
at
York.
clubs and they was 15, 16 years old. What was the parents doing? Why is
It
the
was the
parents not
parents'
being
fault.
called into
It was
question
the
into
parents' fault.
play? And why is that not being like if we're gonna start if we're gonna backpedal and we're gonna go through all those years when they wasn't doing things by the book or the new regulations that were probably put in place later on in the 90s, the beginning of 2000, because they heard of all these things. If we're gonna do that, then we also got to pull into question those parents, and those parents got to take some type of responsibility for it about what happened back in those days as well too. So I mean, they need to be brought up on child neglect charges, child abandonment charges, and all those things. And that would be on their record that they did that because they allowed they teenager to be out and about late at night at these clubs and in these videos. And it's not like these videos was like low key videos. These videos were showing around the world, so you knew that they was there. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, but if we do that, then we got calling to question all those down south bars and strip clubs, especially back in the 90s and above. You're saying when it was pretty simple and easy to trick somebody with a fake ID. There was strippers out there that were stripping, and they was 15, 16, 13 years old.
Right.
It's mind-boggling. Like it's crazy. Like I don't understand. I don't get it. But I feel like it also was a different time though. Because I remember going to Skate Key and us being in there till 3 o'clock. I think Skate Key closed down at 2 o'clock in the morning or something like that, 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning. And we would wait till the last minute so that the whatever artist would come through, they would perform at Skate Key. And we'd be dead
It was
getting on the
skating.
train. Like, huh? Skate Key
It
was
was
like
skating like a key club.
yeah, it was like a skate club. It was like you had one side I was skating, the other side was a dance floor. So that was like the hottest like teen spot for teens in New York City on like a Friday, Saturday night. And it was in the Bronx, in the little back area of the Bronx. Like I mean, especially during that time, that's when like it was another rise of the Bloods and the Crips. And you know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Like so that everybody was they was always fighting or something like that. So police was always there, like posted up somewhere or whatever case it be, because they would act up. And then that was right there for 138th Street. You get on the train 138th Street or walk across the bridge and be in Manhattan. But it was like, oh yeah, it was no, not 138th. Is it 138th? I can't remember. But anyway, but yeah, it was right off the Bronx area. And it was just like it was a nice idea, but as time went on, it just got too dangerous to send your kids to skate.
Mm.
Mhm.
New York be wilding anyway. I remember we used to have a club like that. It was called Extreme. And when I say this club was lit for some teenagers, in the front of the club was like an arcade, so you could play like Dave and Buster type games. And
Yeah.
then 9 o'clock at night, they would switch it to like the dance floor. And when I say on a good night, it was 1,500 to 2,000 kids in this fucking club.
Mhm.
It would really be going crazy. And I often didn't see grown men, but what I did see was like trying to sneak in the club, be with the kids. But what I would see was like some of the grown men bouncers would be talking to some of the girls
Oh,
or
I think girl,
letting
man.
them in for free. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
Mhm.
I'll be honest, yo, in my whole adult life, and I'm not trying to put myself on a pedestal above other guys because I don't really know many guys that are attracted to young girls
Mhm.
at a certain age. Like at 20, I was not attracted to 16-year-old girls. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you did happen to be a girl that had proportions that didn't make sense at 16, as soon as I heard you were 16, I became flaccid. I'm no longer attracted to you, even
Mhm.
regardless of what you look like. So I don't know if that's something that really is out there a lot. I know it's numbers that show it, but I just don't understand the thoughts behind it. Like, what's sexy about a girl that's too young to have sex? Nothing.
Yeah, I never got it. I've personally seen adult men as cakey, you know what I'm saying, definitely in there. And I
Mm.
definitely was the one snitching on y'all. Let y'all know that right now. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely
One time
telling niggas.
I came in there, and me and my cousins we in there, and there was some girl, she was mad young. But she had like big, giant, huge one, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So she is in there and got her shirt up. And the dude who had to be definitely over 20, you know what I'm saying, was definitely in there like touching on her, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, excuse me, Mr. Security Man, over there, you know what I'm saying? I was not with none of that stuff. Like, I did not play that. I don't care. Like, and I was always looking like, why, like, even like some of y'all 18-year-olds, y'all really in here when y'all can go to a regular club, you know what I'm saying? Like, and y'all could do whatever else in school. Like, we
Right.
in New York, there's no reason why you should be in here. And oops, I end up talking to a 13-year-old. Oops, I end up talking to a 14-year-old. That's crazy to me because you should never been there in the first place. Like at that time, this is for people that's not over 18 and can't go nowhere else. Like, it was wild crazy to me. I never understood that. Like,
Yeah, I really don't get that shit either. It's not sexy to me. But as far as people in Diddy's situation, because I don't want to get too far off track.
yeah,
Um, with people like Diddy, like you said, it's not really worth fighting the public opinion, and you already losing the battle. So for
yeah.
her to come out with the book or whatever after that point, people would have just believed whatever came out. I do think that if he was going to agree to pay her anyway, he should have just paid her before it got to this point. Now he's suffering more than he would have had to. What you think
Well,
about
for
it?
me, because I heard some other people talk about it. For me, I think it wasn't the fact that she was suing him for that. It was the fact that she was suing him in all those other listings as well
She did not
that
even
apply
care to
pressures.
press criminal charges. All she wanted was the fucking money. Period.
Yeah, because that statue was definitely up. Like, I feel so I feel like people in that society, that portion of society, which you call it, they different from the ones that people talk like, oh, how could you not believe her? You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, it's a little different in that aspect because sometimes in that situation, once we made it about like you can't say anything negative toward a person that accuses somebody, what you call it, that opened up a lot of doors for people who are messing with really rich men to then turn around and accuse them of something, you know what I'm saying, or try to do that, what you call it, especially with that statue that was about to end, you know what I'm saying, like a week after she filed her paperwork, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
and then it's like, and then also another thing that takes its toll as well is like the difference and the money that she was had available to her with Diddy versus with her husband. So that plays a part. Like, I feel like if she would have married somebody that had more money than Diddy or anything along those lines, this suit would have never came forward and never came out. We've never been talking about it. But because she married down and then and money still being in her mind, I think that played this part as well too. Like, it's
I
not the
agree.
same.
Got to do
And
with the
honestly
money.
speaking, for me, if one plus one don't equal two, like something like you got to do something. Like, honestly speaking, like it's too many,
You.
it's too many
Yeah.
coinky dinks. Hi, baby, it's too many coinky dinks for me.
So what you think about the other
All right,
women though?
what up?
What's going on,
Hey,
Don?
Hold on.
introduce yourself, sir.
Hold on, I'm trying to get my mic right. That's why I wasn't trying to really talk too much. But what up, y'all? It's your boy, nothing better, just me. Now, man, I'm jumping in the conversation. I don't even know what they talking about yet. I see Nelly with the belly got a camera off. Hey, got his honey
Nah,
cocoa
nah,
tea, and
nah.
then
Where
my
my
boy
boots?
Brody
Where
the
my
one.
boots? Where my
Nah,
boots? You
man,
got 3 more
What's
weeks.
going
Where
on,
my
bro?
boots?
we here, we locked in.
3 more weeks. I want
Yo,
my
yo,
Three
boots.
yo,
more
yo,
weeks.
yo,
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 meek, meek,
yo,
meek, meek,
I
yo.
want to put it
meek,
on
meek.
record.
I
I
don't
want to
give
put
a
it
fuck
on
about
public
nothing you
record
talk
so
about.
everybody, the world, will know that you owe me boots. Yeah.
Bruh. You gonna get owed them steppers because you know what? You was over there blocking every time I was
Yeah,
trying to
I'm gonna
step in the
have
name of
baby
love. Know what I mean?
put
Every
up
time
some
I was trying to
charges
step in
on
the name
you.
of love,
She
you was
gonna
throwing
pull
them
up some
swats out.
charges on you just because you didn't get my boots. You know what I'm saying? We gonna
Yeah,
act
we
like all
we
these
at we,
other
we on
girls.
YouTube.
Yep.
Yeah, we on YouTube
Today
today.
YouTube day. Oh, we had
We
31
gonna act
minutes
like
in.
all these other girls
Yeah, we've been in for
and
about 32 minutes here.
Oh, so yeah, I can speak crazy. We 31 minutes in. Know
Yeah, you can talk how you want. We at
what I
that
mean?
time.
Nelly with the belly definitely smacks the D away from the P, bro.
Yo, I'm dead.
Right
Damn.
before
I'm
doing the
dead.
hole, she smacked her like Matumbo, like
You a goalie
no,
out
no,
here?
no.
Nah, yo,
You
I'm
goalie of the
dead.
year.
I'm dead.
Ew, what is she talking
Fucking
about?
dead.
Talking about them steppers. What?
You
You
better have my
supposed to
lemon
make
pepper
shit
steppers.
glidey for a nigga. Know what I mean? You want some steppers for Christmas.
Listen, I
Man,
don't
you
care
agreed
what
to
you
buy
talking about.
Chanel
I'm
some
gonna be
boots?
there. I'm working for Christmas, but I'll be there afterwards on New Year's. So I want my shit.
Oh hell no, not the New Year's. Oh
Yeah,
Lord,
yeah.
here
So
we
I can
go
get my
again.
so I can get the first kiss again. Yeah,
Here we go again.
yeah.
You agreed to buy
Nelly
some
with the
boots?
bullshit. So, Brody, catch me up. Honey, catch me up. What y'all talk about? Because you know she don't know what the fuck was going on.
What be going on with her? listen, we was going in with the titties getting litty, and then we was going with the with stupid ass Diddy.
That's a lot of ums.
Stupid ass Diddy, you know what I'm saying? Diddy and his dumb ass. And these dumbass people that want to sue, they only want to sue. They don't even care about criminal charges. They just want money. And that's how I feel. I said what I said. Except for
I
the
agree.
bitches with money.
I think that some of that shit really happened to her, but she didn't really give a fuck about it until she was broke.
She
That's what I
didn't
think.
care exactly. She didn't care about it. Like I said, I think that things happen, but she didn't care until the money ran out. She was doing all those frivolous things because she was getting paid for it. And now that she ain't getting paid for to do those things, oh, now it's a problem. Get out of here.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. What you think about that though? None. Diddy had to step that. Well, didn't have to.
Hold on. Give me a second. I'm trying to connect my earbuds. It's not flowing for me right now. Give me 1 second.
No, I was just saying that Diddy stepped down as the chairman of Revolt.
Yeah, he didn't have to. He's gonna step down on a lot of things. The block is hot right now.
But is that even going to help Revolt? They're already known to be associated with Diddy. He's still, I don't think he's a majority owner, but he's still a large stake owner. What does it do for them for him to step down?
Bro,
They
a lot of
figuring
them
that
stepped
you don't
down.
fuck up their brand anymore, I guess.
Yeah, that's it. It's the save face. Know what I mean? It is what it is. A lot of them do that. They step down, but they still got a stake in the business. Know what I
You
mean,
gotta
and so it
remember,
won't look bad when they make other business deals.
some redemption is better than no redemption. You know what I'm saying? So, and we learned that. We learned that from like Black Lives Matter movement, like because all they did was write some Black Lives Matter on the streets and then change it to rainbow colors. You know what I'm saying? And then what you call it, and then change no laws. You know what I'm saying? So like, but we accepted it. You know what I'm saying? because it seemed like they was trying to redeem themselves. So therefore, Revolt is trying to give you a little bit, but not a lot of it. You know what I'm saying? So that way you be like, okay, like they sold my job for now, but it's gonna go back up. You know what I'm saying? Because they separated themselves from Diddy, and it's gonna be like that for them and a lot of other companies as well too. Diddy's gonna like the charter school, some charter thing separated from Diddy too, like he's gonna lose quite a bit for like a year or two, but then he'll go back to whatever. You know what I'm saying? Which was better than because it's better to settle for people thinking that hey, I might have done this or I might have done that. What you call it? But to be found guilty of it is a lot different. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot different to be found guilty of it on like actual charges.
I'm
I have an
gonna keep it a
audio
stack. If I was
podcast.
Diddy, Chanel, I'm gonna
Maybe
mute you
mute.
until you're done. If I was Diddy, I would have just been like, "Fuck it, bitch, write your book." To be honest, she wouldn't have got a 30 million nothing. I'd have been like, "Write your book. I ain't going to court. None of that shit. Write your book. Write it. We all got all the information anyway." Oh,
That's
shit,
probably
no.
what he that's probably what he thought anyway. He probably thought that anyway. He probably thought like that's probably why he told her, go ahead, write your book. I'm gonna offer you this. Either you want it or you don't. But then when she tacked on all them other names, you say all the y'all gotta look up who she tacked on it as well too, besides just Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Like so what you call it, and then on top of that, like who like even if it's not an Epic Records, whoever bought Epic Records at the time still, because she was listed as an employee when she was saying some of those things were happening.
Right.
So like all that like adds into it. Like nah, nigga, do what you gotta do, settle whatever. We'll pay this, you pay that, whatever. Just knock it out of here. You're saying like because she knew what to do. Because when the book threat didn't work, which is how I don't know how that's not considered blackmail.
Yeah,
Yo, my
Diddy said
friend
his
was
lawyer said
like,
it was absolutely
don't
blackmail.
waste her time. And I felt that for real.
Like that was I don't know. I said how that's not blackmail. So you blackmailed me by saying, hey, I won't release this book if you give me money. And then I said, go ahead, do what you're going to do. So then you file a lawsuit with all the right words to say. You know what I'm saying? All the right things to do, all the right ways to scare the people around me to go for what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? To get the money.
Right.
Man, they put too much pressure on the diddler, man. Leave the diddler alone, man. Leave the diddler alone, man. Y'all wasn't saying that when y'all was going to them parties.
Well, we ain't never party.
You know what I mean? Y'all wasn't saying that when y'all was going to the party, daddy.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not saying that Diddy not a bad person. I'm not saying Diddy is a great person. I'm not saying neither way because I don't know that nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't know him. I don't even know stories of him. Based on the stories I heard of him, I don't think he is a great person. It seems like the light they shed is that he's not a great person, but I don't know that man. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, I'm not defending whatever actions he took or saying like or knocking whatever actions he took. I'm not doing that. I'm just saying I'm gonna call it how I see it. It was too
My
many
son gave us.
coincidences happening with the statue being up. Then what I consider blackmail, like I'll release this book, I'll give you money. It seemed like a money grab more than a justice grab. And then the same thing for a lot of other women that's coming forward now that put their suit in before the statue was over. You know what I'm saying? And it's more like a money grab to me because we made it where it's so you gain so much by being a victim. Like you gain so much, especially monetary wise. Like that shit is crazy right now. Like,
Yo, my son gave us a lot of moments in history. He made niggas sing for beds. Now, I mean, he made niggas sing for bunk beds, G.
He made niggas
He
walk
made
the
niggas
cheesecake.
walk to Brooklyn for cheesecake. And they made them pay for the cheesecake with their own bread.
Word. No, all them niggas got laid off from their jobs for taking off to be out
Yo,
there.
and then they dropped the cheesecake midway back and had to walk back to get another cheesecake. Yo.
like
That was wild.
Yo.
yeah, that shit was definitely crazy. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm not defending him because I've heard stories. Like you know what I'm saying, I be saying shit. You know what I'm saying. A lot of times when people are in a place where they feel like they are
Yeah,
God, they do things that don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying
Nah,
logically.
even the people that don't talk bad about him, like Farnsworth Billy wasn't talking bad about him, and I never heard him say bad about him. But even like the shit that he did say about him, like, oh, to be around Diddy, you gotta do this type of thing. You gotta do the way, and the things that he was saying, it was just like, wow, that's insane. That's kind of nuts.
But I'm saying like if he's done things that were harmful to somebody, they need to come forward when it's happening. When you
Oh,
have
that's
proof of
anybody.
it.
That's not just him.
When you
I
have
believe that about
concrete proof
anybody.
that somebody did something to you, come forward while you have that proof. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't gonna solve all the times that somebody might lie on somebody, but we need to start pushing that there as well too. Because after a while, you know what I'm saying, like I think after a while, like we lost sight on what is okay. You know what I'm saying what is okay and what is acceptable. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not okay for people to do anything to harm anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like in any type of way, SAN, DA, whatever, all those things should not be that way. You're saying definitely not. But we need to also encourage women to come forward while it's happening, so we don't have this gray area. The truth, what it was like, what you call it, like, is it for money? Is it not for money? We won't have this area if you come forward when you have the proof on you. You're saying when we have concrete evidence that this person is a horrible person and they did the things you said. You say because people try to pretend like or act like in those areas and that type of woke of society, like false charges don't never happen for monetary gain.
They absolutely do. And I agree with you, honey. They need to start coming forward immediately because I understand the explanation like, oh, I didn't come forward because I was terrified for my life. But then in Cassie case, you don't want to be questioned for your personal life, but it's like, were you terrified because you was telling us you ain't stay with him because y'all didn't get married, and then you married y'all personal trainer 2 months after you broke up with him, claiming that he was dangerous and would possibly hurt anybody else you dated, but you seem to date freely after y'all broke up and married pretty quickly. It kind of discredits your story that she was terrified of this nigga the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And to a degree, you know what I'm saying? Like, you like, oh, this nigga find me wherever I'm at. I can't run away. And then as soon as y'all break up, you go get married and marry a nigga that he knows. It's like kind of discredits that part of your story.
Like
Listen,
I said,
the whole, like Honey said, the whole, it's too many coincidences. Like the whole waiting right before the statute of limitations is up. Like it seems even if he did you wrong, it seems scummy at this point. You get what I'm saying? I feel like anybody, I don't care who it is, if somebody does you wrong or you feel an injustice is done to you physically, or because we can't say if somebody makes you feel uncomfortable, because you know what, people feel uncomfortable for their own biases. I've been I've made people feel uncomfortable just by my presence. You get what I'm saying? And it's
Right.
has nothing to do with anything. I probably don't even know the people. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
you can't say uncomfortable because it takes it too far, it takes it to another realm. But if somebody's wronged you, speak up about it instantly, regardless of what kind of power. If you're not trying to look for monetary gain, even though I believe you do deserve monetary gain if somebody has assaulted you. You know what I'm
Big
saying? I
facts.
believe you do deserve monetary gain, but don't wait. Just speak up on it immediately if it's something that's wrong. Because if you don't, it kind of looks your story starts to get faulty after a while. Even if your story can be absolutely true, but after years and years and years, it starts to look a little shaky.
Like I feel
And
like you
that's
should
just
only get monetary gain after you actually went through
the whole
uh
process.
the actual process of actually
Filing
filing
police
charges
reports.
against that
Yes.
against that person, going to court. Even if they I mean, you say people with power, even if they rule out at that same time as you file the court for them, you can also file charges. You're saying because like they show like even if you're saying you get not guilty, they'll still let you win the civil suit.
Right. And that's
Yeah.
another thing that's confusing to me because what I remember from civil suits, like if you sue a nigga that you knew because of some civil suit shit, it's normally a limit. But when it comes to these celebrities, you can sue for 60 million and 100 million and all that. I think that if you're going to sue for money, that the cap should be no different than if you were a regular person. Like they shouldn't be able to
A lot
sue
of
in civil court
interesting
more than the 10
information.
grand or whatever they normally could get.
A fun Snapple fact: a lot of people don't know that the American government lost a civil suit to the Martin Luther King estate and
Right.
family for his death.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Hmm. You know what I'm saying? So you can be, but do they credit the American government as his assassinators? No, they don't. So
Yeah.
you can, you know what I'm saying, win a civil suit without filing the charges, but speak up on it. If you guilty, if they guilty, they guilty, bro. It is what it is. Don't worry about protecting them or it may further harm your career or you will never get a shot in Hollywood. You'll probably get a bigger story for just stepping up or something like that. Yeah, a lot of people's been silenced by a lot of powerful people, but I'm not gonna live with somebody doing wrong to me and I'm just gonna hold on to it until I can get monetary value.
Unless you were a child. If you were a child, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? You come forward whenever you come forward, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Come
And whatever,
if
if you're
you
a
a child,
child, come forward whenever you come forward, baby. Whenever you comfortable, whatever you away from that person, whatever it to be, you come forward. But I feel like as an adult, as an adult, pussy in those type of things, which cool, like unless it's especially if it's a person that you actually know or are dating or something like that, definitely come forward. You're saying I know
if
there's
you a
other
child, come
traumatic
forward as soon as
experiences
possible.
that could cause somebody to like kind of shell away, not say something, which call it. But I feel like if you know that person personally, and that's also somebody that you are in a relationship with, you need to come forward immediately the first time it happens.
I
Oh
agree.
yeah. And if you're a
So
child, come forward immediately to your nearest adult that you're comfortable with, whether that's a teacher, council member, whoever, the nearest
Yeah,
adult
we want
that
the
you
children to come forward
are
whenever you
comfortable with,
immediately
come
too.
forward as soon as
But
possible.
if you don't come forward immediately, you are not going to be shamed. You're not going to be
Yeah,
none of that
nobody's
stuff
shaming you.
over here. You're saying, but I definitely feel like adult women, when things like that are happening to you in that area, in that case, you need to come forward immediately. And I feel
Adult
like
men
if
too.
you and adult men too is that thank you for making me say that adult men too as well come forward immediately. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like if you're gonna file civil charges against them, there also needs to be a paper trail, or you need to came forward and actually file a case against them for that said abuse.
Because
speaking
now
of,
she just oh my bad, bro. Go ahead.
no, go ahead, now you can finish that because I'm kind of going to
I was
segue,
gonna
but
say
it's still
because
related.
now she just opened up the floodgates for everybody to say anything is just anything. Even though
Mhm.
not saying her case is not believable. But she just opened up the floodgates for people to dig up old history 30, 40 years ago whenever he did such and such in college or something, she just opened up a whole floodgate for people to say he did some type of something because he settled so quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And he probably settled just to save face because he's a business owner, he's a businessman. And as you see every
She
day on
had
the
too
news
much
now,
on her.
everybody's backing up.
For me, bro, if she didn't have nothing on him, I don't believe he would have paid that money. And that's just very for real. If she didn't have nothing on her, I don't think he would have paid her that much money.
It's just the fact of the things that they would have to expose in court, in open court. That doesn't look good. You know what I'm saying? So he paid her that money just to not even go through the whole process. So it's damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Yeah, like
because he could have did the whole 50 route and filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy. He could have did the 50 route, dragged her through court and let her do the whole court thing, and let her court keep on filing motions to push it back, and she just would have got broken, and he could have filed for bankruptcy. But it's certain things that he don't want to be out there, which is why it's under the dirt. You know what I'm saying? He paid that money.
So to segue off of that, because I thought it was interesting, Honey brought up the kids should get infinite amount of time where they should be able to say something happened to them, and we was talking about how it's men and women. Has anybody heard of Hassan Campbell?
Yeah, didn't he just recently get shot?
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's true or not. It's still a lot of speculation.
Nah, he got shot.
I'm saying how they saying it happened, because they saying it happened on camera, but then they saying that he could have did it himself. It's a lot of shit that's going on with him. But the reason I brought him up was because of the reason that they're saying why he even had that outrage is because when he was a child, he claims that one of the gang leaders and hip hop known legends out there that where he's from, African Bambaataa, actually molested him or assaulted him when he was a child. And now he's coming out as an adult because nobody cared about that. But they cared about Cassie. Cassie coming out, and she got support, and he didn't get support. And that's why he went on that outrageous binge or whatever he did. And that's how he ended up getting shot, allegedly. I'm not sure how that.
But didn't Hassan Campbell been come out saying that? And it's been, and it hasn't been recorded about African Bambaataa doing nastiness for the longest.
Yes.
So this is an old thing.
Well, the reason I'm bringing it up now is because of the correlation between that and Cassie.
Yeah, I think he has all right to feel how he feels towards that. If he was a victim, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say he shouldn't feel how he feel. He was taken advantage of as a child. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you know what I'm saying? And it's not only him that said African Bambaataa did something to them. You know what I'm saying? It's a long history of record behind that one.
Well, you already know that's our society anyway. Because little boys ain't little boys. Little boys are little men. You know what I'm saying? So we don't protect our boys. We don't protect our boys as children. We don't protect our boys as teens and young adults trying to deal with new anger and rage and all that stuff. We don't protect them at all. We don't protect them when they are older. And saying we think of men, women and children, and then first. You say we're not looking at the men at all. We don't check for them. When the ways they show their mental health breaking is a lot different than how women do. So when they do the things that they do, it's not considered a mental health issue.
Right. Yeah, they're already supposed to be accountable before they're an adult. It's like a little boy does something, he goes to jail. Little boy commits violence, he gets in trouble. And which, I do believe it's accountability even for younger people. And I think that as young men, with the power to be able to destroy with your emotions and physical strength and stuff like that, I think that you should hold yourself accountable maybe a little bit earlier than girls in some regards. That might be a little bit biased, but I just think you need to watch your hands, because you can actually hurt somebody with your hands at 16. You might accidentally kill somebody with your hands at 16 as a young boy. So I do think that there are some reservations there, but we don't protect our young boys at all. It's a lot of stories out there, and you see the results, whether Hassan Campbell really, I don't know really the real story. Not everything was on camera, but whether he did it to himself or it was done to him by somebody else, these are the results of not being able to really come out and express yourself, especially because, you know, he was catching a lot of slack on the internet. People was questioning his sexuality and stuff like that because he's a victim. And that happens to a lot of men.
But this nigga, first, Son Campbell is a low key big YouTuber, blogger, or whatever the case is. This is not nothing new. This is what I'm saying. This is strange. Like his whole little debacle being in Bronx River, shouting about Africa being bothered and Cassie, like, okay, you spoke in peace, and this is what's happening now. You know what I'm saying? What happened to you was before, and not to lessen it. You know what I'm saying? But they remove him from like hip hop history, kind of. Like they removed African Bambaataa from the museum, all of that, like
facts.
Because of the things he's done. These allegations are not new. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand what he was yelling about. Like, as a victim, if you feel she's a victim, you should be supportive of another victim. Like, what makes yours more or less? This is what point. I don't understand, huh?
That's a good point because I wasn't thinking like that at all. I was gonna disagree with you. You're saying, but then
yeah, I get that.
That's a good. That's a good ass point.
What makes yours more or less to me? I don't know. A victim is a victim.
But I think on his point, that's what he's looking at as what makes mine more or less. You know, she got, and I agree with you, Nan. You know, he should be bigging up another victim that somebody else was able to get some type of justice if that's what they consider justice. But I think that he's looking on it from the opposite side, like what makes hers bigger than mine. You know, I got molested and I was abused and all that, and I didn't get no recognition or a book or $30 million.
Oh, monetary gain. That's what it is. He didn't get the monetary gain. But what money did African Bambaataa have to? You know what I'm saying? Even though he was in the hip hop legend and all that, he was getting a stipend, which he was trying to survive off of. Like, what money did you have to gain? So I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? I'm not getting it. I don't get what he was mad about, or if he was really mad about that. Like,
I think for me,
oh my bad. Go ahead.
No, go, Brody.
I was going to say, especially since he did quickly get his recognition for that. It might not have been directly out of Bambaataa's pockets, but he did get a lot of fame for that. He did use it to his advantage to benefit financially. Yeah,
because he was talking about it on his platform, and it pushed that them looking into it. So he should be like, she shouldn't be mad. He helped like get what he needed to get done to his assailant. You get what I'm saying?
That's true.
Through his platform, it's got him a lot of views because this is what he's been speaking about. So I don't know. So what you was gonna say, honey?
Oh, I was gonna say that like for me, if he was having that whole like outburst thing going on with him, because I didn't see it, and if it was for like standing up for the fact that male accusers don't get the same recognition, the same as females do, then I could understand what he was trying to go with. You know what I'm saying? But what you said did make sense. Is like if it's just about why you didn't get and what's going on with you, like and why Cassie, why not me? That looks really like once again looks like a money grab, more monetary gain thing than an actual. We need to fix this type of thing. So that was a good point. He actually made, because it definitely made me like rethink that my whole stance, because I was gonna be like, nah, because it makes sense, because he was trying to make sure they know, but nah, if he like if he like
ready,
wow,
gun blazing.
Like why that bitch? Why she got the 30 million? Nah, fuck that. You said like if it was like that, then
it kind of did show like that though, because he was like, yo, he was out here doing the nastiness for years, and nobody said nothing. It was like, okay. Okay.
Especially since he was only looking at the side where Cassie has been glorified, which is the money. It's still a lot of rhetoric that she's getting that's not uplifting to her experience or alleged experience. A lot of people are like, oh, you just did it. A lot of people have somewhat of the opinion that we're saying right now it was a money grab and a bad opinion about her. She just did it for
my opinion is not that, bro. I don't know. I don't know.
I said the same thing. I believe a lot of this shit happened. I believe a lot of this shit happened.
I don't know what happened. You get what I'm saying? But it just sounds crazy. When you look at it logistically without putting any emotions into it or leaning from any side to any side, it just sounds crazy that you filed a day before the statute of limitations is up to gain monetary value for somebody you're accusing assaulted you and dealt you
After you
trauma.
blackmailed him, that was blackmailed. Say, if you don't give me 30 million, I'm gonna put this book out.
You sound like a
That's
supervillain.
blackmail and extortion. Like that,
Yeah,
let's
it
show
was just, you know
this
what I'm
is
saying?
not
Like,
about justice.
I'm not for him. I'm not for her. I'm just saying I don't. That it sounds off-putting to me. That's all I can say.
For
Extortion is
me
extortion.
personally, the reason why it's off-putting for me is like because I want to stay here and I want to make sure that the faces that we are making, the faces of certain movements, fit the movement. You know what I'm saying? Like the faces y'all have been putting in these movements don't fit the movement because that sounds like a money grab. That don't sound like somebody that was out for justice for what happened to her. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm not
so
gonna
I'm
hold
not
you.
going to stand behind nobody where there's so many coincidental shit that's happening. You just happen to go try to already extort him for the money, and that didn't work because he come out with a number that you particularly wanted. You know what I'm saying? Then the statue's about to be up. You know what I'm saying? Then you marry the personal trainer 2 months later. Then you're saying like it's just too
That's what
much.
I'm
Like it's
saying.
not
That's what I'm saying though.
even enough for me.
Was
So
it
that's why it bothers me, huh?
when she left Diddy? Didn't we all think, oh, Cassie was flourishing or whatever? She got married to the trainer. She had a baby, whatever. Everybody thought, oh, she's flourishing. This is the whole thing. Like, okay, she's living her life or whatever case, and Diddy over here still acting young. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Out there with Carisha on both of her. We all thought her life was flourishing. And then now you like, yo, give me 30 mil. I'm releasing a book. XYZ, give me my money. I'm a victim. I don't know.
You say like I said before, I'm not saying that she ain't go through whatever she went through. I'm not saying that.
I'm not saying
I'm
that either.
saying like at the end of the day, and I'm not saying that she don't deserve monetary gain for what she went through with Diddy. I'm not saying that either. You're saying,
Shit.
but what I'm saying is,
Act bad.
you say what I'm saying is that I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, I'm 100% behind Cassie. Well, it looks like a money grab, and if we always support the money grab, how many more money grabs is it going to be when and how often are we going to really review it? Because if you review what they saying or poke any holes in their story or question them a certain type of way, you blaming the victim. So I mean, there's no real investigation being had because you can't investigate. Because if you investigate, you victim blaming. You're saying it's like we caught in a bad turn. You're saying in a bad turn, and we don't do that for little boys either. We don't do that for boys at all. You know what I'm saying? And then they be like, and then some of these stats to me are not like really consistent. Like, or they act like false claims don't ever happen, or issues don't happen in those type of cases where people have replaced the face of their actual abuser with a face of somebody they knew or happened to glance by to kind of deal with the situation. You know what I'm saying? But they believe that it's so many things that can happen in those cases that makes a story not believable or whatever else. Or you say, so if we allow so much time to go in between those times where we have no proof, no evidence, no nothing, and we just say, okay, they deserve money. Who's to say that the next person's not going to go up and make a story and people are just going to go with it? We act like this never happened in the past. It's happened before many a fucking times. It was a time in our society where a woman could say she was ravished, and then she would have to marry the person that she said that ravished her would have to marry that person. You're saying regardless of what happened, what you call it. There was incidents of white people saying certain stuff about black people. We don't forget Emmett Till. You're saying there have been cases of where people have lied because people lie. Men, women, children, people fucking lie.
Even numbers lie, y'all. These motherfucking tests and theories they got ain't 100%. Numbers ain't even 100%. You gotta really look
Not
at
this nigga
actual
turned into a
situations.
scientist. Yo, so your boy, take that. Now, I mean, he gonna have to he gonna have to have his team reach out to Russell. He gonna have to get the package, bro. He gonna have to get the flight package. Pause. He gonna have to get the flight package because he gonna have to get the flight. They did that to Russell. They did that to Russell Simmons. And what
He
he
lives in
do?
Africa now.
He got the fuck up out of here. He went to Singapore.
Oh,
He
yeah,
got
yeah,
up
yeah,
out of
yeah.
here, and then they died down. You know what I'm saying?
Diddy
And
knew
now
something.
Kamora Simmons is trying to bring that back up because of Diddy situation or whatever the case. And it's like, yo, it died down. He paid the people he needed to pay because everybody started coming out the woodwork. Oh, Russell did this to me. Russell did that to me. Da, 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 da. And he got low. He
Where's her
stepped back from the.
point? I'm
Huh?
not saying she's responsible for her husband's actions, but how is it a flex to be like, oh yeah, I knew my husband was grooming little girls when we was married? How is
Bruh,
that a flex to say like where's your
low
involvement?
key,
She said
wasn't.
that?
She said that.
Yeah,
She said he was
she's
doing it with
going.
Diddy.
She's bringing it back up. She's bringing him and his allegations back up.
So,
After his big
so here's the
day.
thing.
But it's
Didn't
all-
they just send Shorty to jail?
Who?
Epstein's wife? Or girlfriend or
That
whatever?
was assistant. I think it was his assistant.
Didn't they send her to jail?
Yeah, Grizel.
Cause she knew and help
Yeah.
coordinate certain things, which call it. So like I don't know how that's a flex for her and how she don't get caught up in that
That's what I'm
lawsuit.
saying.
Because if you knew, ain't you like a accessory to the crime?
I mean,
Right.
what about her and her crimes? Why she always got to find somebody rich who got a little bit of money or a little bit of clout at the time and pop out a baby to keep her coin going? How about that? How about that crime? How about that crime right there?
She got like Russell ain't done do nothing for her. Like as if he ain't start that company she got and everything else
Right.
that she started.
What?
Like he didn't give her
Where
business
baby
advice.
fat come from?
You're saying
What?
like
Russell boomed her whole fashion career and everything.
yeah.
Like, what?
And once again, I don't know Russell Simmons. They would say I don't know Russell Simmons. I ain't really here,
Me
but I
neither.
know what you call it. I know that he was with Kimura when she was really, really young. So that was already a
Super
key for
young.
me. To be like maybe, you know what I'm saying? I don't know that man. You know what I'm saying? But you say
Now,
but
wasn't she like
before
16,
besides the
17?
Kimura, I never heard nothing ill spoken about Russell Simmons ever until these cases came out. On speaking, I never heard nothing.
Yeah, she's claiming that he was with Diddy. Actually, like they were together doing this grooming. Like they were involved with each other doing this grooming. And I'm like, all right, that sounds intriguing, but you're saying this happened during your relationship, which means that there was a point in time where you were okay with your husband grooming little girls, if that's what you're saying he did. So if that occurred, you was just as much to blame. How could you be?
Well, don't
It's
pay
like
that
me.
shit up.
Yeah, like that's like me. Oh, my wife is serial killer. I know when I take a nap at night, she might be out stabbing niggas, and I just turn a blind eye to it. Like nigga,
Yo.
you dirty too.
Call out the nastiness when it's happening. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? As adults, we are. If you my peoples, or I'm acquainted with you, and I know you a predator, you like little kids, or whatever the case. You think that I'm gonna say, okay, let me keep my kids or the kids in my family away from you, but we still going? No. You know what I'm saying? Protect all the children. Protect. You know what I'm saying? As a man, that's your job to protect all children. At least these women nowadays, they fighting for themselves. I mean, I just watched the video of a chick with 3 broken ribs pop 2 niggas. Now I mean, pop, pop, pop. I was like, hey, yo. So you know what I mean? These chicks, they pretty much can defend themselves nowadays. But protect women and children. That's goal number one. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got to be your women, your children. It's just your duty as a man. So you know what I'm saying? If you see sickness going on, why not speak on it then and there? As an adult, it's your duty. You know what I'm saying? Why not speak on it then and there? Why not say so? Oh, because you worried about your career or where is it going to lead you in somewhere along the line of you getting monetary gain? Like, this is sickening. This is a sick world that we compromise our morals for money.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as responsibility, I agree with you. And this is another point that people brought up. They were saying that it's not Cassie's responsibility to look out for the other potential victims. But I hear a lot of people saying that it's random people's responsibility to look out for these victims, believe all victims and all this. It's a random citizen's obligation to do that. Cassie got an opportunity that a lot of women don't. Not only were you able to face your accuser, but you was also able to win a large sum of money for them that could be beneficial to tons of other women, children, men, whoever the case may be, that are going through something similar. I'm not saying she got to donate her money to charity, but what I'm saying is you didn't use the opportunity that you were given to actually save anybody else. And I'm not saying you had to, but you can't say it's other people's responsibility to be empathetic towards you. And then when it's your chance to shine a light on it, you like, nah, I'm good. I'll just take the money and it's cool.
It's a sick world. In New York, it's a case. I think both of y'all heard about it, or whatever the case, where a homeless man or whatever the case jumped on a girl on the platform and proceeded to assault her. And everybody that was standing around pulled out their phones to record. This is a sick world.
But let me tell you though, it's another case in New York. I believe this was in New York, where it was a homeless dude and he was assaulting people on the train, and a white dude ended up putting him in a chokehold until the police came and the boy died. And
he wasn't assaulting people. He was just yelling. Regular New York shit on the train.
I mean, that
you know what I'm saying? He was just yelling. He wasn't assaulting anybody. And you talking about the military dude put him in a chokehold and basically put him to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, put him to sleep. I mean, he went to the upper room. Yeah, that's recent, but they've been late on that case. I really haven't heard too much about it.
Exactly.
You know
I mean, and I'm not saying it.
They didn't even arrest him at first.
No, they didn't. But I think a big thing. Go ahead, my bad, honey. Go ahead.
I was adding to you. I think they said they was calling him a hero.
At first, they was calling him a hero until they had to take him in. They was like, "Wait, hold on."
Yeah, then they
people
kind
had
of
outrage about it. Yeah, they had to double back.
It started being a race thing, and
but no, I don't understand putting somebody in a sleeper until they once they sleep, just let go.
But I think a lot of people's concern, especially when you're dealing with people that could be on drugs, you don't know if this motherfucker out. You already committed to put this motherfucker in a chokehold. You loosen up that hold.
As a person who's putting somebody to sleep, you know when they sleep.
These niggas sleep on their feet all day.
Nah, bro, you know when somebody go limp. You know when they sleep. When you feel dead weight when somebody goes limp.
Then you turn around and bite your ass, and now you got bum raised.
It wouldn't happen like that. You know dead weight because you feel it, and you get this pit in your stomach. Like, oh shit, I just killed this person.
They was on the floor.
They're not dead. They just sleep.
Yeah, they was already on the floor.
Yeah, but you can still feel dead weight. You holding somebody, and then their whole body just go limp. It's time to let go. Once they first go, it's over. Let go. Holding on any past the limpness, you trying to kill somebody.
I agree, but these are drug addicts. Motherfucker be limp for a second and be like, "Oh, I'm a drug addict. I'm on PCP."
Listen, then we got to deal with that from there. But once you went limp, you know what I mean? That gives me enough time to get up and reset.
I feel that. I just think a lot of people have this caution, I don't know when to step in, and if I step in, do I go overboard, or am I going overboard, or am I going to be a hero, a villain? A lot of people are wary of that, and I don't agree with people just taking out their phones while a woman's being assaulted. That's trash. I think a lot of people just if I step in
that particular case, it was all not the sexual, not the assault, not the SA. The other one where the guy put him in the upper room.
Mm-hmm.
It was because they looked at him as lesser than. They seen him as a homeless person or somebody who didn't have much. You get what I'm saying? And then they see a white man choking him out. So instantly, by how they looking at it, it was deemed as the right thing. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
He must be doing something right. It was not at all. You know what I'm saying? There's just the stereotypes of it, just looking at it was just crazy.
I agree with that. I'm just saying, I think people do walk on that edge of a thin line. All right, you see somebody going off on a train, you might be new to the train or whatever. You might not have seen this before, and that's normal in New York or Philly, where I'm in the area. And then now that motherfucker goes and smacks somebody or stabs somebody. Yes, that might look far-fetched, but we never know. Shit crazy happen on the train. It's like, when do you go from being overboard or preemptive, where you're trying to prevent something like that from happening? You from upstate, and you look and you see a motherfucker yelling and he look like he on drugs and shit like that, and you see him around women and children. As a military veteran, your first instinct might be to step into action.
Yeah, calm your PTSD down. You got to understand, we in New York. This is the capital of. It's none of my business. I mean, like if somebody's
But that's
yelling on the
exactly what happened
train,
with the first case. Everybody thinking it's
That's what I'm
not their
saying.
business, but they still recorded.
nah. You see, no, they took it into making it their business because they wanted to post it online. You see what I mean? You take a video, you're making it your business. Now, when you completely ignore the situation and go about your day, that's a different story. But if you
I know
got
there's
time to
one
take out your
case.
phone, you got time to help. You made that choice.
It
And
wasn't a
so if
case,
I
but I
just,
remember this. I remember
yeah,
nah. For me, what you call it, like. So I remember this one viral video that went out. It was this girl. She was sitting on the train, and
yeah.
she decided to put her bag on the seat next to her. So
Uh,
a guy comes and he sits next to her on the seat. And then she started going off like, "Why you had to sit here? Who told you to sit here?" Da, da, da. He's like, "Cause I want to sit down. You don't own the train. I can sit wherever I want to sit at."
yeah.
Shorty went off, blah blah blah. Talking about why you sitting da, da, da. Like, so these dudes came to decide to drag this man out his seat, beat this older guy up because he sat on the seat next to the lady.
Hey, yo.
You know what I'm saying? Like, some people do take things too far, and some people are in the wrong. Which is cool when they come in there and they do things. Because if I was there, I'm like, no, he has the right to sit wherever he wants to sit at. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like, I definitely get it. But like, for me, I think that you know when it's the right time to step in and when you're supposed to stop. You know what I'm saying? You know when they get a little too shaky, then nah, all right, let me pull out of this shit. You seeing? And you know when like, nah, I gotta push this all the way home because I've been in situations like that. I remember it was a bunch of like high schoolers. They just chasing some boy down about to jump him. And I was like, not today, babies. Go about your business. Go about your business. You know what I'm saying? Me and my coworkers are like, go about your business. Yeah, good. And they stay right here. Go about your business. He was saying he stood there with us for a little while. So we walked to the train. I'm gonna go ahead. There's certain ways you can also insert yourself into a situation, but not all the way. Like not jumping in those kids' face, like, what the fuck you doing? You say some people do take it too far, and they know they're taking it too far because they chose to take it too far. And I feel like with that one there, it was like that guy, I don't know whether it's PTSD, like Nunn said or whatever, but like he took it too far and he knew he took it too far, but he still should have got a pat on his back like he was a hero.
Yeah,
There was no remorse on that man about the fact that he took another person's life.
Story time. I ain't gonna hold you. It was just one time. I was doing overnight security in a corporate building in the middle of Manhattan, and I seen this white lady. She came out of nowhere, and she was crying in front of the building, and I was outside smoking a cigarette. What you think I did?
Mind my business.
I mopped my motherfucking business, and I locked that door so fast because it would not be me. It would not be
me for
me.
these white tears. Fuck that.
No way. I
Like,
looked
nah,
to my
she's
left, I
crying when
looked
I
to
got
my
here.
right. I see nobody around, and just this white woman standing in front of me crying, bawling in tears. I don't even know where she came from. No way. I'm out of here.
What about that story about that football, the college football player, where
Which one?
he went out he went out to like lunch or something like that with this white girl, walked back to her house, walked upstairs, came out with like 5 minutes, 5 is like 10
He
minutes,
went to jail.
waved at her, left, went what you call it, and next thing you know he went to jail for assault because she said that he assaulted her.
Well, he wasn't even with her for like 5 minutes alone. They was in the bar. She wasn't even supposed to be in the bar. That's another example of what you were saying, honey, because she was underage, so she shouldn't even been able to be in the bar. That's where you start looking at the parents and shit. Who were the people that were so adamant about pressing these charges against this college kid. But yeah, it was no way that they even got upstairs and got naked. How quick he came back down. And yeah, it was a shame that he lost his possible career because he was definitely a promising college athlete. And he went to jail for that shit. And that shit was crazy.
That's crazy. He should be compensated for that.
Yeah.
You know what it is?
He got found guilty.
Do you know what it
but he
is to
got,
have to go into prison as a offender?
He appealed,
Is that
didn't he? When he recently overturned, like people found out that she was a liar. I believe she admitted she lied.
I can't remember.
Yo, do you know what it is to have to go into the penitentiary as an offender? Like that's your
Oh, they're
charge.
gonna have your paperwork too. Don't worry about it. You can try to keep that shit secret if you want to. The whole fucking
That
tier
leads-
going up.
That
I'm pretty
leads
sure
to other.
they also was watching that court case. That was crazy. I know mad niggas in that don't make no sense.
They don't
Using it
care.
for 5 minutes.
They don't care. Some people don't care.
Especially if
You
you're
know
in the
what I'm
right jail where it's Aryan niggas and shit like that, like
So
skinheads and
there's some
shit. They
people
don't care
who
about
don't
that.
care. And then they would in turn try to do those things to you.
That's the
Like,
problem. I feel like if and this what's called because they said that they don't want to give any consequences to people that's found with like making false records because that'll stop other people from coming forward when they go through their thing in case they're found like not guilty. But I feel like in those cases, in those particular cases where they find out that they lied, they admit that they lied, all that comes out, that they should have to serve the time that the person that they sent to jail had to do.
yo, like the lady who wrote The Lovely Bones.
Oh yeah.
She did that guy dirty. He was in jail for how long? 30 years, 15 years, something like that. It was a large amount of time. And
But
just
I
to
think
have
she
that
actually
take,
was assaulted though.
no,
just not by
yeah,
him.
but just to point out a guy on the street is crazy. You know what I'm saying? He was just walking past. He didn't even know her.
It was
He
years
never,
later. It was years later. She was walking
yeah,
down the street. She saw him and was like, "Oh, that's him."
that's crazy. It's just like to lose a large amount of your life off of that over somebody you don't even know. You never even see this person before. And they say you did something to them. That is I couldn't imagine losing that much time of my life. Being accused, being labeled as something. And you get what I'm saying? And the conversation that he got for that wasn't even decent enough to me.
And that's why I felt the Me Too movement should have been using some of that money to one, train women as forensic scientists and everything else like that, what you call it. So and then also pay for money for them, all them R-kits that's sitting inside of police stations collecting dust. You know what I'm saying? So that way we have actual DNA to connect people to crimes. Because a lot of these times, because people choose to say that adult women should come forward when they want to, what you call it now, when they what you call it, like that already takes away the R kit from that when we leave that open. But also the fact that there are R kits right now saying they're collecting dust that no one's donating money to actually put people away.
That's crazy.
So this is my question to y'all. So we talking about how the victims, if they come out and they're found out to be liars, they should do the time that the actual person did, and I agree with that. But wouldn't that also stop them from coming forward and admitting that they lied and releasing some of these guys or even girls that are locked up for these things, and then now they could get acquitted when the people admit that they lied? Most people ain't gonna come out and say that they lied if they about to go do 20 years, right?
Listen, I feel like if somebody gets somebody gets arrested and charged with a crime that they did not commit, I feel your accuser should then have to do the time that you have served.
I agree with that.
I feel if you took
15,
if you take 15 years away, 15, 20 years away from my life off of what you think that I did, and I did not do this crime, and you cannot prove that I did this crime, or evidence comes out to show that I did not do this crime, and you accuse me, I believe you should then in turn serve those years.
Yeah, but that's the point that Brody was trying to make. That if that law is put in place, then people that would have probably admitted to the okay, I lied, they're not going to want to come forward now with saying that they lied because they know that they're facing all those years in jail. So we would have to prove that they lied,
which is easier said than done.
Yeah,
a lot of these guys that get acquitted, yes, there are several cases like the exonerated 5, where later it was found out that it was even impossible for them to have committed the crime. But that's not always the case. Most of these people that are getting released is because the victim comes out years later and is like, all right, I lied about this part of the story, or that never happened, or something of that along those lines.
That's a crazy story. You know, one of them got elected to city council.
Yeah, they all most of them niggas did pretty good.
No, I'm talking about in New York City. One, I think, I forget his name, Yusuf. I think he got elected to city council just recently.
Yeah,
that's dope. That's a dope story. Not to hold you, like from a city that betrayed you to being a city councilman.
Yeah, it's a fire redemption story.
Yeah.
One thing I'm gonna bring up, kind of bringing it back to what Brody had bought about Hassan or whatever his name is, what you call it. So what's going on now?
You know he be yelling at YouTubers now, right? So you you got to say his name correctly. I'm not trying to get yelled at by no light skinned nigga like T.I.
Listen,
like T.I.
niggas, listen,
Niggas is
ain't
standing on
can't
business.
nobody, I don't give a crap about nobody's talking about. You saying, can't nobody check me. You say, I don't know the nigga name because I don't follow the nigga. So if he upset, he's going to have to be upset. You know what I'm saying? I definitely
You
feel
gonna
like
stand on
his
business.
story should have been believed, and he should have been able to get whatever he was supposed to get because that's a horrible thing to go to as a person that's been through it myself. You're saying like I definitely feel like his story should have had way more attention than just like Cassie did, which I guess was the point of his outburst or whatever. But he be as far as yelling at me because I got his name wrong. Like, who cares?
But
Back to what I was saying. Back to what Brody was talking about with the boys. So everybody's kind of digging back into hip hop in the '90s era, early 2000s era, and they pulling out all these names and all these groomers that they talking about. And so a man came forward, you know, saying talking about him with Mary J. Blige when he was 15, 16 years old.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So everybody was in the comments talking about how he lying, how this, da da da. And somebody posed the question to him. So how is it that when a woman comes forward and says this happened to her as a teen, everybody's on it about how you shouldn't victim blame and blah 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 blah. But when a man comes forward and talk about what happened to him at 15, 16 with some of these artists, it's like, oh, he lying, it's not believable. So
Mhm.
my thing that I want to push out to everybody, I hope y'all know when y'all start digging and diving, don't forget the ladies. You're saying don't forget the ladies. Don't forget the ladies. Don't forget to backtrack how old they was when they had their baby daddies. Because there's some people out here who have kids by somebody that at the time that they conceived that child was still a minor or just made it past being a minor, but you could bring it back 10 months and know that person was a minor when that baby was conceived out here. You know what I'm saying? So don't forget all those rich ladies that had little flings with their pool boys. That was a big thing, and that people talk about shit. And what was that? American Pie. They was flirting at the whole Stifler's mom thing. You know what I'm saying? Her messing with younger boys. You're saying even though she waited till they graduated, so that was, is assumed that they were 18 at the time. I wish call it. Um, don't forget about them ladies with them young boys that was the pool boys. Don't forget about them. All those ladies that used to throw their drawers at them little young little teeny
Chris
bop
Brown,
singers.
Usher,
Chris Brown, Usher,
New
B5,
Edition.
uh, all them, which call it shit. If you really look at it, those who was giving a butt to Cisco and them, when Cisco and them came out, they was 16, 17 years old. So
Yo.
don't forget about them ladies too. You're saying, remember, we gonna call it out. We gonna call for what it is. I feel like that was a different time. So if people want to bring their story, they should be able to bring their story down and talk about it. But that was definitely a different time. You know what I'm saying? But if y'all gonna start diving, dive all the way through.
And I've been noticing in media, I'm just say this real quick. They've been pushing this type of agenda that's okay. Like you said, they're whole like little boys are little men. I recently saw this movie. I don't know if y'all saw that. I think the star of the movie is Jennifer Lawrence, who I actually like. Shout out to Jennifer Lawrence. I think she attractive. But it's this little white boy in the movie or whatever. She fine. But
I think she attractive. He leave that out.
Nah. That shit remind me of Jump Jutsu. It was like, what kind of woman do you like? Jennifer Lawrence. She has.
Yo,
You
nah.
them niggas best friend out here because you say you like Jennifer Lawrence. Go ahead.
Yeah, I thought she was sexy as Mystique. But
Now in that movie, did she get crazy? Did she get she went full on? I heard
in this movie I'm talking about right now,
Yeah.
yeah, she went crazy. She butt ass naked in the movie, so she get
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I heard she went full on in that one.
But the thing about it was a young boy, like he was about to go to college. He was in high school, transitioning into college, and his parents had hired Jennifer Lawrence so he could sleep with her and not be a virgin when he went to college and not be a weirdo. But I don't want to reverse everything, but it's like, why is that? It was just weird. It was a weird ass movie. It's about an older woman, like 35-year-old woman, trying to sleep with like a barely 18-year-old boy. I'm like, if this was
the other way
opposite,
around,
this shit would be ugly.
Nah.
Like, this would be a weird ass movie. Like, what is this? What's going on?
Nah. But hold on. Shout out to them senseis though. Now, I mean, real niggas needed to learn the cougar style. Shout out to the cougar style. I mean.
I ain't gonna hold you for a long time. They put that in my books a lot. You're saying like, especially like old historical romances. They always show like the father getting their son, you're saying, a mistress, so their son could know the ins and out of how to properly seduce a lady, which cool. Like they used to push that a lot in my historical romances.
And to Honey Mary J. Blige's point, man, the only reason why is because Mary B, she's been getting drugged through the mud, G. Like it's like she can't catch a break, man. First, her husband did her bad. Know what I mean? Took everything. Know what I mean? He was taking everything, and then power they gave her that horrible wig. On Netflix, she had that horrible wig. It's like
That
she was
was
going through the
bomb.
mud. Know what I mean? Like her wigs ain't been on point for. Leave Mary. Hold on. Leave Mary alone.
And the dude was talking about it was around the time that she was messing with Casey and how she was hiding
Yo,
behind the couch because she heard a knock and she thought Casey had found her.
Mary, that's why you know what I mean. Niggas is like, yo, chill on Mary. I mean, she had it hard. She had a hard.
Mhm.
She had a
Mary
hard
definitely
time.
had it hard. She got divorced, got
Yeah,
on alimony, started doing
yeah.
drugs.
The wig's been bad. I mean,
And
she's
that
just
was
been trying to live her
definitely,
life.
and especially since a lot of people, especially a lot of people that used to be poor as they get rich, they try to emulate what the rich was already doing for a long time. And like rock and roll history, rock and rollers were out there, you're saying,
Yo, get them
smashing
niggas.
and tagging teenagers, you know what I'm saying? Like what you call it, like a lot of they talked about it for a little while when the Me Too movie was happening, but
Yo,
they didn't get as much flack as other
yo,
people got within our communities.
they coming out with another Elvis movie. I think this
Another
one is
one?
about.
The
Yeah, I think this one is about
Priscilla's life.
Priscilla. Yeah,
Mhm.
but it's still mostly about Elvis and how he was treating her and all that. Know what I mean, but she was a little girl too. Like, but
Yeah.
that's the king of rock and roll. Know what I mean,
And his
they don't
daughter,
want to
his,
give
his
that
daughter
up.
was upset about that too. Like upset that they portrayed her
Like,
father in that light. You know what I'm saying? And we all get that. Everybody has their own perception of a person, but she has to realize that this is her mother's perception of him being a teenage bride. You know what I'm saying, to somebody who is rich and famous and feels like they're God and they're on top of the world. They treat you however they want to treat you, but when they pretty much they bought you pretty much from your parents.
they look past all them rock and rollers and all that. Oh, it was a different time. It was the '60s and '70s and all that. It was the '80s. They was on acid. They always want to look past the rock and rollers. I mean, you look at them. Look at them, because they still doing nastiness with the makeup on and the wig sets with the bandanas. They still, they still out there
Yeah.
being nasty.
Even back then, like I remember it was this show. I forgot what show it was, but it was like a game show. And it was this old white dude, and he would kiss the little girls on the show in the mouth.
Oh nah, what?
I'm trying to remember what the name of the game show was. It was on some Family Feud type.
Oh, it was you know the almost like the kid say the darndest things. That old white guy.
Yeah, yeah. And he would
Yeah,
just kiss the little girls in the mouth.
he would kiss a lot of the kids in the mouth.
One little girl was like, fuck out of here. But majority of them would just kiss him out of nervousness, and it was just so fucking cringe.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
they try to say that about Aquaman too, that he be touchy touchy. That's why
But they
Keanu
got that
Reeves, he
video
don't
of him
touch
grabbing his
nobody.
daughter's chest. I think that he was just lunching. I think that he was just lunching and zoned out because when the camera zoned into his face, he just like looked like he snapped out of it. I'm not gonna say he touches his daughter. I honestly don't believe that.
Yeah, nah, they be trying to say weirdness about people. That's why Keanu Reeves, when you see him take pictures with people, you always see his hands. You
Yeah,
ever
his
notice
hand be
that?
looking like it's touching her, but it ain't. It's over here
Yeah,
fluid.
Yeah, it was another person that's kind of famous that was doing that too. I can't remember their name, but they zoomed in on all his photos, and you'll see that it was a space. It's like it's a barrier, like
Right.
like it's a barrier from him touching them. He never really touches them, and that's sad, kind of sort of. You saying because like how men are so guarded now because they know the ramifications of one slip up, one person saying something about you. You know what I'm saying? So like you gotta constantly always protect yourself at all times. And that's a sad thing. And it's something that we need to what you call it. We cannot make up for history for our past by doing wrong to the other side. That doesn't work.
yeah,
That is means that in a couple of years there's gonna be another movement
A
protecting
flip.
those people, you know what I'm saying? Because of what's going on. Like even that even happened with the whole, with the Black Lives Matter movement, which called it like they end up getting one company ended up getting sued, so they pretty much fired their employee because he was white. Now this white man sitting at home with buku millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? Because we thought that if
Chilling.
we act the same way they act towards us, it'd be fine. No, we can't do that. When at a time in history when women's cries and which call it was not believable, which call it that was a horrible time in history. Now we're here where we would definitely believe you, especially if you come forward with evidence. We would definitely believe you, which call it we a way to make what happened to you public, viral, where thousands of people, if not hundreds of people, can fight on your behalf. Which call it so but let's not try to change our ways to where now, because before in the past women's accusations weren't heard, now automatically a man did something. You know what I'm saying? Stop making our boys automatic predators before they even become adults.
And I'll keep it as stack. Like me working at HR, I've become accustomed to I won't be in a room with a woman alone if I can avoid it. I don't want to do interviews with women alone. I don't want to. I remember it was this one time, and this is what gave me the idea not to do it. I was doing an orientation, and I had a group of girls that came in, and there was one girl that was late. So me and this one girl ended up kind of being in the room while I was doing the orientation video for her. And when I was looking out in the hallway, I saw this woman kind of peek into the room as if she had like this skeptical look, like what's going on in there. And I was like, you know what? Never again. Never again will I be in this scenario where somebody can accuse me of doing something because I look like I'm in a position of power right now. And it's just me and this other person. Hell no.
Yep, I definitely agree. You're saying so. Remember when we going after them cases, hold everybody there. Hold the woman at the office who always jumps and touches on her work hubby or what you call it, whether or not he feel comfortable with it or not. Look at all those things. We have to look at all of them, not just one. All.
What about the ones who like to help you on the computer? Know what I mean, put they know what I mean, they the little softness on your shoulder. Know what I mean, they hang over you and be like, "Oh no, you supposed to click on." Be like, "Hey yo,
And
you
that, and
wrong,
at that point in time, be able to say, "Excuse me, ma'am, can you just back up a little bit?" And if she does it again, that is her sexual harassment. Fellas, don't forget what sexual harassment is for y'all too. You saying and report them. And if you get fired, sue that company. You understand?
yo, editor,
That's the first honestly, that's
blank
the
out that
only
first
way
word.
people gonna know
It's
how
SA,
unfair some of these
honey,
rules
SA,
are. You know what I'm saying? I got a question. Right?
honey.
Yeah.
Real quick, it's SA, it's SA. I know you on a rant right now, but you saying the whole word. You can't say the whole word.
Oh, you can't. All right,
No,
my bad.
you can't say the first
SA,
word.
my
So
bad.
it's SA.
SA, SA. Yeah. So yeah. So I got a question, right? Two people they go out. Two people go out for drinks. A woman and a male. All right. They
Yeah.
both get super duper inebriated. Like they're both inebriated out their mind. You would call it. The next morning it looked like they had relations. Um, who who's who if she files charges, what you call it, is it right? Pretty much.
Absolutely
If they
not.
were both inebriated, no
Yeah.
way. If they was both inebriated and then they woke up together,
Yeah.
no. I don't
See,
think
this
so
is
because
my
we
thought
both were
though.
inebriated.
I think that in today's society, it's still heavily leaned towards being on the woman's side, but I honestly think that whoever files charges first in that scenario is going to be looked at as the victim. So if the guy, which most guys wouldn't in that scenario think of themselves as a victim, but if a dude was like, you know what, I feel great, he might get laughed at and all that. But if she was to try to be like, no, he raped me, he would be in a much better position of being believed than not saying nothing at all. So I think that before we go on, just 1 second. I think that both. I think if we want to go off of being literal, both were great in that position because neither one of you could sense it knowledgeably. So I think that cancels each other out. I don't think that no one was great. I think y'all raped each other because neither one of you really could consent. So therefore, neither one of you should file charges because it's equal. It's not like I think no wrong was done. I just think that the wrongs balance out. So whoever files first is going to get away with it, basically.
I don't think you should be inebriated around people you don't trust.
I agree
That's
with
just
that.
it personally. I don't think you should be inebriated around people you don't trust. And if you're inebriated and the other person is not, yeah, you have rights to feel some type of way. I don't know. It's just it depends because it's. I think you should protect yourself at all times because like if I'm going out to a bar with a girl, either we are close to getting to the point, or we've already been to the point. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not just gonna go get it because then that just leads to me babysitting you or whatever the case or something like that. And like I don't. That's if you're too inebriated and I'm not at your level. It's a turn off. Like,
100%.
go ahead, go to sleep. You know
Sloppy
what I'm
is
saying?
not sexy.
I don't even want to touch you. Go to sleep. Like, wake up in the morning. You good? You need some bread or something? All right. Most of the time, I'll be up for most of the night, and then I'll just probably fall asleep when the sun come up because she's so inebriated. Type situation. But nah, if you inebriated, I feel you should definitely get an Uber and get about the situation. You shouldn't be waking up in strange people's beds.
I recommend that for all gentlemen. Before you think with your dick, if you're with a woman and she is too inebriated to really even, if you think that she will not remember this event, what you need to do is call her Uber, have it send her home, get her correct address, make sure it sends her home, and that way you have a record of her being sent home and out of your domicile. So that's why we recommend.
Not even just her, even you. If you're too inebriated, get out of there. Get out of there, young man. You don't know whether something may happen to you because you're too inebriated. You go back to her hood or her place, and I mean, niggas got you.
That's a good point. Not to mention the countless niggas that's lost their lives being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Like, yes, there's a lot of violence towards, especially our black women, that needs to be corrected, coming from men as well. But we don't even talk about the countless men that have lost their lives going to the wrong area, going to see a girl, getting set up. I'm a nigga from the hood, right? So when I go see a girl, if it happens to be in the hood, and it's been years since I did this because I'm way too old for this shit. If I go to her hood, I'm scoping that out. I'm looking at the time of night it is. I'm trying to look her backstory up. You know this bitch? Like, do she be doing this to niggas? Like,
too inebriated, you're not thinking about none of that. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's why I don't even. That's why I don't even get to that level at all. Like, I do not recommend being that inebriated anyway.
We could all ask God is Honey Cocoa B because you know her old name was the Conjurer.
Yo, stop your shit. Stop your shit. We ain't starting your shit.
I mean, duct tape niggas real quick.
Listen, now, this motherfucker had people in my PO because I also stream live on Tortilla Fish whenever I feel like it. Know me, I'm walking my dog. I would call it like have people believing that I be out here doing stuff. People like he a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, why the hell would I? He a whole lot, and he need to go to bed out here. Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely the takeaway from that, y'all, is watch your inebriation, especially with other people. And none, I want to bring up this to your point. I agree with you. You definitely shouldn't be inebriated around people that you don't trust or that you haven't already been to that level with. But what do you say to the people that say one-time consent is not permanent consent? The consent can be retracted at any time.
What do you mean? One time? Oh, she say yeah.
Well, I'm saying because you're saying if you've been to that level with her already, you wouldn't get inebriated. But what if she says, well, just because we've been to that level, I'm inebriated. I didn't agree. I gotta agree every single time. It doesn't matter if we fuck before.
Well, that's clear and concise before you even get anywhere. But once she start touching on you, y'all start touching on each other. That's a different story. We already been to that point when we were sober. You know what I'm saying? But if you start out the night and that's clear and concise, oh listen, hey, we cool now. Yeah, we did whatever before, but I just want to chill. Cool, let's chill. But now, after we inebriated and things start going the way it's going, if you leading that way as the female, and you leading that point, who am I to say no? You get what I'm saying? Who am I to say no?
I don't know.
And then that's when you know I'm next on the docket court case.
This is a dangerous line for me when it comes to inebriation and it comes to sexual relations with women, because like girls, I think that they get a slight benefit if they're a little bit tipsy drinking, like they had a drink or two, they might get a little bit of benefit sexually. for me to perform optimally anyway, I don't really want to be inebriated at all. So I might have a drink because she's having a drink, but I know one drink is not going to, or two drinks is not going to have the same effect on me as it would her. Being a woman, probably a lighter weight, whatever the case may be. So I think it's a fine line there because I don't drink to get inebriated, so I don't even like to deal with women that are. But if she gonna get tipsy and I have a drink just to cope with her, I don't want to tread that fine line of like manipulation or enticing with, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I had a drink. Right, but sometimes that leads you into a trap, and it might not necessarily have been a trap in her mind at the moment, but she had 4 drinks and regret it. Now she like, oh, I ain't never agreed to that. Nah. That shit happens every day, B. I'm not saying it's plausible, but I'm just saying it happens every day.
Y'all want to ask me? I was definitely Blue Bulls queen. I left niggas with Blue Bulls full time. You know what I'm saying? You thought you was hitting it today because you hit it before. Guess what? You ain't. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I had niggas. They done put the condom on and everything. And I was like, nope. It's not here that because I told you. I told you no matter neck, none of that is gonna convince me. I don't care what you do.
I'm one of them niggas though too. Like outside of my relationship, if I'm like, come on, babe, I'm not a nigga that's going to heavily pursue no ass. Like once I get a nudge no, that automatically turns me off anyway. Only want to fuck women that want to fuck me. If I gotta persuade you,
Brody definitely kicking you out the house.
You definitely gotta roll to it.
Definitely not staying till the morning.
If
you get all the way to the crib. Oh, my headphones died. You hear me?
Huh? It's like
yeah.
Like we in an ocean sound or some shit.
Not the ocean sound. Hello.
Yeah.
All right. So boom. Y'all still hear ultrasound or no?
No, you good now.
All right. So like I was saying. Nah, Brody definitely kicking you up out the crib, son. If you get all the way to the crib,
Brody, check
and
the
then
comments.
You be like, nah, it's not going down. After you already got comfortable, he's getting you out of
it. She was coming.
Yeah, I saw her say she was coming. She didn't. And none. I would agree with you if it was discussed and you playing with me. But if I'm trying to get it like organically and it wasn't preordained, and you tell me no, I'm not going to be like, oh, you obligated to give me some pussy. Like I've never been one of them niggas that feel like a woman is obligated to give me some pussy unless it was discussed that you're coming here to give me some pussy.
Right. I know what I mean. You gotta choke me out the drawers. So niggas ain't choking me out the drawers.
I
never say you gotta choke me out of it. You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't no, I ain't leading shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying like you had spit your best game. You know what I'm saying, to see if I'm about to, tap toe on your line. Like if you ain't doing none of that, you definitely getting none of this. That's just kind of.
I understand you got finesse to initially get the buns. I'm not discrediting that. I'm saying that if you come over and my mouth game ain't enough, like I can't talk no jutsu you out the drawers, I'm not gonna hold that against you. I'm only gonna hold it against you like you owe me some pussy if you specifically came here for a sex appointment and then you waste my time. Then you gotta get out. But I wouldn't say a girl that I invited back and I tried to get the pussy and she said no, you gotta get out now.
If I try to get some coochie, you say no, you gotta get out my house. You know what I'm saying? If I try to get some nigga, you say no, you gotta get out my house. So like, why you here?
Honey, crazy.
What she said?
You said exactly what you said. I would have said. She said, "If I try to get the coochie and you don't give it to me, you got to roll."
Yeah,
you got to go home, but you got to get the hell out of here. She said,
"What you here for? Like, this ain't a play date. You can't say why you here. You can definitely go home."
Nah,
I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think nothing's wrong with that. I don't think nothing wrong. Like I thought we were gonna have sex. You don't want to have sex. So that's fine. Go ahead. You can call your Uber or what case do. Blah, blah. I don't think nothing wrong with that. People try to make it seem like men who do that is something wrong with them. No, it's not. They protecting them. You're saying they're protecting them, and like that's like I don't know, like for some women I guess this is the equivalent. Like that's like a dude or somebody saying they're gonna give you money. And now you waiting for the money and then they don't give it to you. It's like, why did you waste my time? You came all over here for the money. Now you're not going to give it to me. Why did I come here for? I guess that's the equivalent, only equivalent I can think of. But what you call it? So like that's personally how I feel. Like if we, like you said, Brody, if we spoke about okay, you come up here so I could do that, and then you come here and you're like, oh nah, you can definitely go home.
Yeah,
I'll
you
see
can
you later.
go home in that circumstance. If you
Mm.
came to my crib because I'm like, oh, we had a good date, and I'm trying to move things and escalate things at my pace, and then you get here and whatever I say don't get you out the draws, I'm not gonna say you gotta leave right now because I couldn't get the draws.
Mm.
I probably
See,
wouldn't
I
let
don't
you
really
see
hang with
it.
people at my house unless I'm trying to get the draw. So you can definitely go home.
Right. I'm trying to get the draws, but if I fail, I'm not gonna blame her because I failed. I'm not gonna be like, oh, it's your
Oh no,
fault.
I'm definitely gonna blame you, so you can go home. You know what I'm saying? Like you can go home. This is you. It ain't me. This is you. I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready. You ready?
How
No.
you
Okay.
gonna
So a
ask you,
little
yo?
more.
So you want to take a shower? And if you
Yeah, like
deny
you
that
jump in the
shower, you get the
shower.
out of there.
You're saying like you want to take a shower? You want ride? What kind of soap you want? Da da da. You're like, oh no. You got an hour of my time that you got to go. You know what I'm saying? Like an hour more than you
I'll
got.
chill with you. We can kick it, have a drink, and then you roll. I'm not saying you can stay the night, but I'm
Like an
not going.
hour
You're
you
not
got to go. You're not
immediately got.
cuddling in my bed with me because I don't cuddle
Yeah,
like
that's
that. So
not
we
happening.
you got to go. You're saying like an hour might even be pushing it. 30 minutes maybe. You say, all right, oh, so tired. I gotta get up in the morning. You call the cab? You be calling the cab? Like
You
it's
good?
4 o'clock in the afternoon. Oh wow, wow. You should still go home. Yeah.
You good though, right?
And I'm not
And I'm dapping
jealous.
you
Like I
up.
don't never really
And I'm
leave.
dapping you up like one of the bros. I'm like, all right, stay safe, money.
Yo, all the time, promise you. Like, yo, all right, good looks. You know what I'm saying?
All
I'm gonna
right,
take you underneath my wing type shit. You know what I'm
stay up,
saying?
stay up.
Like, we friends.
Holla at me when you get to the crib.
And I don't think nothing wrong with that. People can say whatever. Oh, what you were just using her
You're horrible.
for Virginia. First of all, what she knew that it was for the Virginia. You know what I'm saying? So if she knew, I feel like stop
Hey, yo.
lying to people. Be
Right.
upfront. What you want, what you go. She say no from the gate. Let that go. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah,
know
nah.
sometimes you think like, oh, maybe we can whisper something. No, let it go. Cause somewhere out there is a girl who's willing to bust it open. You know what I'm saying? And that
That's
be
a
all
fact.
that she want. You know what I'm saying? Versus you lying to somebody, telling her you go in a relationship just so you can get some coochie. That the coochie don't do that. If you spoke to her and you thought y'all was on the same time and she's not on the same time as you, he got to go. You know what I'm saying? If she, as a she, if the dude is not doing what you thought you want him to do, he not taking where you want him to take it, he got to go. Why are we even talking about like I don't get it. Like
We
sometimes
talking about. I
people
think
be
it all
making
started
themselves
from
bigger.
Brody's scary lines of consent, though. Those are scary. Consent is a scary
No,
line,
I
though.
wasn't talking about that. I was saying I don't know where they come from with they shit. You say that don't make no sense. Stop lying. Stop lying.
Yeah.
Like you should only be finessing the drawers if y'all both know where y'all stand when you finessing the drawers. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
but if she already giving off that I don't really fuck with you like that vibe, cut her off. Cause guess what? Two things are gonna happen. One, she gonna be like, oh my god, why he cut me off? And now she gonna want to know why you cut her off, and maybe she be more attuned to what you're talking about. Or two, you save yourself a fucking headache. Stop.
Only two good things can happen out of that
Yeah.
scenario. You figure out where you fucking stand, or she becomes interested in a tune. They're like, oh, he not fucking around. He gonna leave, and that's it. Like I'm not gonna be over here and be like, oh, you should give me some pussy because I'm not about to audition for no pussy all crazy. I'm not like. Besides me introducing myself to you and dates and all that, I'm not about to be convincing you to give me no ass. If it's like that, then I'm turned off anyway.
All right, Brody. So how many days you got to give up before you get the cat?
I think we kind of covered this one time, and I would say the maximum dates before you gotta give me the cat is 3 to 4 at the most. But for me, it's not even more so about that. It's about like how much time we didn't put in. It might not necessarily be physical dates. It might be phone calls. It might be conversations. You know what I'm saying? But if we going off strictly dates, I would say 3 to 4.
You waiting the 6 months for the cat or no?
Never in history, and it's not even about the pussy. It's about its principles.
Yeah.
Man,
all y'all dudes in my inbox trying to holler or in Out Here Podcast inbox on Instagram, listen, I don't sleep with nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta know you at least for 6 months. You know what I'm saying? Like at least. I'm not saying I never did it before that time, but on my regular average and the regular average, it's definitely 6 months. The longest was a year. You know what I'm saying? A year, almost 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, but here's the thing, ladies. If you decide like boom, oh, I don't sleep with nobody unless I'm known for 6 months, and they're a sexually active person, you cannot sit there and put that demand there and that they should not be sleeping with nobody else. You're out your goddamn mind. Because I promise you this. Those 6 months that you got to know me, like you was waiting to get to coochie, I'm already fucking somebody else. You're saying there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. You're saying so I'm expecting you to get some butts until we make it official with each other. If we're making it official, that means you, and then also you gotta give people time to cut off their roots. People think that as soon as you with somebody and make it official, everything just stops. No, they gotta explain themselves to some people they was talking to. So I give you about 2 to 3 months to clean up your shit. By the third month, there should be no lies between us. There should be nobody else between us unless we spoke about that person. None of that. But y'all have to give people grace to fix their shit. Y'all think a relationship is supposed to be all the way perfect from beginning to end. No, relationships are work. Work on that person individually
I'll give you
and
that.
all together. Like
That's true.
Relationships
are definitely work. She said she give you 2 to 3 months to clear your shit up. Clear out all your bitches.
Because I know I gotta clean my shit out. You know what I'm saying? I know I gotta clean my shit out. So
honey ain't cleaning out shit. She rearranging the drawer. Know what I mean? She just rearranging the drawer. She ain't cleaning up. Yeah. Putting the winter coats in the back and the summer coats in the front. Know what I mean?
Listen to him. Do as I say, not as I do. My job, business. What you call it? Like
bullshit. And talk about 2 to 3 months for you to get rid of your bitches.
You saying
like because soon as you act up, you on your own. Because like, I'm out of here.
Just send everybody one blind CC email. She group chat everybody and blind CC them and put one email. And say insert name here, dear insert name here, and it'd be sad.
And I be giving niggas whiplash. They be like, "We was just talking." Now you was such stuff. I'm like, yeah, we didn't work out. This worked out.
Nah, I ain't gonna hold you. She just hire a little mini flagger, you know what I mean? That hold the little stop slow signs. That's what she do. Wow. So she hired a flagger. So the niggas that she was talking to, they flip it around to the slow sign. Slow. Hold on, slow down. Stop.
Making them take U-turn. I don't know what they're talking about.
She be like, stop.
You know saying,
I ain't tell y'all to go nowhere.
So you know how dudes in the beginning, they be over here jacking that, they do this, they do that, they do this. By the third month, I should know what you actually do versus what you told me you done did. You know what I'm saying?
What you mean?
Like, cause you know, in the beginning, like guys, they showing you, even women showing you their best traits. They telling you their best stories, you saying, they telling you all the things they do, and then you get to know them like, oh, they don't really do none of that. You know what I'm saying? So by the third month, I should know what you do versus what you told me you done did. You know what I'm saying? Like I should know that by 3 months. You know what I'm saying? Like if we go past 6 months, almost a year, and I'm finding out that you lie, you're still lying about what you do, like I can't talk to you no more. Like you're not getting no cheats by 6 months. If I know that you're just still lying, tell the truth at that point. Because I done been with many dudes that at the beginning they told me, "Oh, I move weight on the streets." I move weight on the street, and you get to know them like, bro, like you say, like
move a damn onion.
You live at home with both your parents, and your real name is Clarence. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what the fuck is going on now? You know what I'm saying? So like that, but I think that you give people grace. So by the third month, you should definitely know who they are as a person if you're seriously interested in them. And also remember people that people make time for what they want to make time for. So if somebody's not making time to actually speak to you or hang out with you or whatever case it be, then you're not a priority for them. You know what I'm saying? So you should also act accordingly. I personally feel act accordingly. I don't think you should hate people or block them off, but treat people how they are, based off of how they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just kind of what it is.
I would say that I understand what you're saying as far as knowing somebody. What I was referring to is I wouldn't date somebody for 6 months and wait for some coochie. If I knew you for a long time, I wasn't necessarily trying to get the coochie. I might have had it in the back of my head, like, oh, I like her. But I'm not going to be dating you with intentions and then wait 6 months to get some coochie. Like, I'm not taking you on 20 dates and then be like, oh, I finally got some coochie. I'm not doing it because then I could have wasted my entire time. And if that's the case, I'm gonna be very upset about these. I don't look like Adam Sandler. I'm not trying to have 52 first dates. Like, I'm not doing it.
I ain't gonna hold you. I got into a relationship with a chick and she was like, all right, we go out. All right, let's have sex now. Yep, come on, right now.
You gotta nigga. That's another thing, people. When you first start talking to somebody, if y'all make it official, like, what you still waiting for? Knock it out the box. You know what I'm saying? So y'all can know where y'all stand at. But here's where we differ, Brody. I'm not going on 3 dates with you, and now I'm giving you the coochie. You say, no, we're gonna go out, we're gonna hang out, phone bone for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Hang out, phone bone. It's gonna spread out over the 6 months because I have to make time for other people. You know what I'm saying? 6 months, so we talk, we do all that. Do you during your time when I'm with you or you with me? That's my time. That's your time. When you go, that's your time.
Drake time.
You say, like, those are my times.
You say your time is.
By the time I'm giving you drawers, right, I already have an inkling of where you're going to stand. You think? Because with me, see, here's the difference, people. Once again, do as I say, not as I do. 9 times out of 10, when I do give you the coochie at 6 months, I'm still not going to want to be with you. I'm not a relationship type person.
Jesus.
I'm not. I think people should admit that, what they good at and what they bad at. I'm bad at relationships. It's definitely me. I'm normally the problem. Know yourself. On my phone about to die.
She said, "Know yourself." I can't steer her. I can't steer her. She said, "Know yourself."
Yeah. I disagree with that. I could not disagree with that.
Yeah.
I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. Some people, they're just what it is. You understand?
No, it's a fact. Not everybody built to be in relationships. Some people are better off having fun and dealing with who they want to deal with, and some people try to force themselves to be relationship people, and they just end up hurting motherfuckers.
And some people try to force themselves to be that other person too.
Yep, that's true. I definitely seen it. I seen it.
So.
I see people try to be like once relationships don't work for them, what they do is like, oh, I'm just gonna go out and do what I want. No, that's not the type of person they are. No, that's not what they stand with, and then they do that, and then they feel bad about themselves. But a lot of times in those situations, those people don't take accountability for it, that it's them in the situation. You know what I'm saying? They don't take accountability for any actions. They'll end up blaming the people that they kind of did the shit with, trying to prove that they are other than what they are.
Or that past relationship, they'd be like, well, this drove me to do this. Like, I understand how something could influence you to do something, but once you've done it, you still got to take accountability for doing it.
Or they choose to be sloppy. They choose to be sloppy because once they get too far gone and into that guilt, into that self-pity, that little pot, they choose to move nastily and sloppily. And then that's when you hear, oh, the friends and the this and the that, oh, the bros. Yeah, and I mean, that's when you start to hear those stories.
The bro, oh, the girls that call the niggas her bro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I never got that. Maybe because I take my business too much, but I'm not like gonna sit there and act like I didn't have something with somebody and leave the person I'm talking to look stupid. That's one of the major things for me. Like, I don't like people making me look stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to do that to nobody else. There should be no reason why. So if you're gonna bring the person around, this is somebody that you can't avoid. You're supposed to tell your partner so they know. So that person try to act stupid, they already know how to check their ass.
Yeah.
Instead of letting them look goofy, especially having them in a position of power, because they know they can look at y'all and see what's going on, and they know their past with you. So it's like they know more than your significant other, and that your significant other should never be in a deficit.
Oh hell
position.
no, yeah.
Yeah, like nah, you should. They should always.
Hell no.
I'm gonna make sure my girl got the
you
one.
Ain't, listen. This is we at the 2 hour mark. You bitches ain't never gonna have a one up on my girl. Never.
Right.
You bitches ain't gonna never have nothing to say to her that she don't already not know or she ain't already done said.
Boom.
That
Before we
never.
get out of
It,
here, I
huh?
want to segue off of what you said, right? Because I agree
Fuck is
with
you
you.
talking about?
No bitch is never gonna have no one up over my girl. So if your girl in the circle, right, she getting the ones in. She about to get the ones in. First of all, I ain't even gonna let that go there. But
And,
she about to
and
get the ones in.
if I
And they
flirted
about
with
to
your
score.
monkey ass, she let me. How about that? If I flirted with your monkey ass, it's cause she let me.
So boom, your girl about to get jumped. You jumping in it?
Nigga, what? You see the picture? Nigga, what? Nigga, what?
You say you see the avatar?
Boy, you see the avatar? Nigga, what? If say that again? Because my face look exactly like that face right now. What? Say that again?
Shorty about to get stoned. You jumping in?
Yo, first of all, I might swing first. Fuck is you talking about?
Definitely swinging first.
I might swing first. Fuck is you talking
You're not
about?
even getting the ones in. It's not even going down
Fuck
in front
out
of
of
me. What are you
here.
talking about?
What are
So
you
I
talking
don't know.
about?
Y'all saw the video. The dude, it was a bunch of girls. They jumping one girl, and then they started jumping him, and he was knocking them girls out left
He was,
and right.
he was swinging like damn. He was trying shit he would have never did in the normal
Yo,
life.
get the fuck. I wouldn't even allow a bitch to get loud with my shit. What? Let somebody think that they gonna get. I'ma smack you. You ain't gotta worry about. I'm a full blown smack you. And whatever nigga you came with or who was around you, they just better come on with it, cause it is what it is from there. Cause I'ma smack you. Like you ain't even gotta worry about it, cause we about to tag team y'all niggas.
Yeah, I think the question was like girls, because I know guys like, oh, well, I'm supposed to be protected. I could never sit there and watch my nigga get jumped by somebody, and I'm just be standing there screaming or walking away, running away for help on a full corner 911. No, they ain't like either we gonna be ass together or we gonna get our ass kicked together. But ain't no just you and I'm just standing there. I promise you that much. Ain't never, nada.
It's up. I can't. What? Let a bitch think she gonna come. Bitch, swap.
Because like once you start
Who
getting
was you
loud
talking
with,
to?
get loud with him anyway, like my mouth is already going. Like who you talking to? Because I know you ain't talking to him. Like what are you talking about? I don't care, male, female,
It's a fact.
old, young. Who you talking to? Watch this.
Who you talking to? Yo, hey, word. That's my line right there. Who you talking to? Like,
word up.
Please tell me, cause nigga, what?
I don't watch people jump. I don't watch people jump a couple. You should call it. And shorty, she rolled for her dude. I was like, yeah, that's how you supposed to get it. And then I started tossing people. That's definitely my boy. I toss niggas, and they in mid battle to go. I just toss your ass. Like, where you going, nigga? Slow it down. That's how I almost got my head knocked off on 125th Street. Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
She was on 125th and Lennox.
This is crazy.
Yeah, I was on Lexington, right in front of the where it used to be the Papayas. Of course, street from where it used to be a Passmark. You know what I'm saying? I was saying right there. And they took
I remember. Now I mean, somebody I know dearly, close and dear to my heart, had a fight in the Dollar Tree, and I wasn't there. You know what I mean?
Wow, this is gotta always bring up old shit. Let me tell you right now, I do not be out here fighting. People who trying to fight me. I don't be bobbing. Many people be bobbing around me.
There.
You know what I'm saying? I was my fault.
I ain't gonna hold you. I'd have smacked that. Manager. They gonna need a manager to manage the rest of the manager in L1. How about that?
I beat that lady up. She went in the back and got these long ass pair of scissors like she was gonna stab me. I said, man, hold on. Ring up my shit. Yeah, I'm gonna wait right here. Please, I wish the fuck you would. Like,
boy,
I was done with none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't be me. It be other people. Cause I respect everybody. Cause like I say all the time, I don't feel respect should be earned. It should be given freely and based on how our relationship, how our interactions go, will let me know whether my respect goes up or down. So a perfect stranger gets ultimate respect from me because I don't know you. It's ultimate respect. Now let me know what you're gonna do.
Yo, bro. You ever see niggas hit the 3D in the streets? Yeah, that's all you gonna see because we like the NWO over here. Know what I mean, we the greatest tag team ever made. Know what I mean,
yo, I remember one time But the person I be dealing with, what you call it, they was flirting with the neighbor from downstairs.
Oh Jesus!
Right? Flirting with the
Oh
neighbor from
Jesus!
downstairs. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
I'm definitely
Mm.
one of those. I go with the phones when I feel like it. You know what I'm saying? When I feel like it.
Oh
You know what I'm
God.
saying? Ain't
Oh
no schedule
Jesus!
to it. Ain't no schedule to it. Sometimes I just go because I feel like it. They saying like, and can't nobody tell me no different. Don't pass me your phone. Like, look at this picture and give it to me. I'm gonna keep scrolling. My finger gonna keep flicking. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely gonna go through her phone to person. They're saying like, I invade your privacy. It definitely happens. So I saw the flirtation. I'm just like more so like, I don't care about the flirtation. I care about the part that when bitches think they got one up on me. You know what I'm saying? Because they think that you flirting with them behind my back. So now they feel big or whatever. I had a whole argument about the shit. So he ended up letting Shorty know, like, yo, like blah blah, my girl finding the taste text or whatever the fuck he said. And so when I come, I'm meeting him downstairs. Guess who pull up in the car?
Downstairs.
You saying guess who pull up in the car when we downstairs? Which call it? She did. And Shorty came to me. Shorty came to me. She said, "Oh my God, I heard what happened, and I don't want you to be jealous of me." The way my face turned so quick because I was about to snatch this girl up and then snatch his ass up too. You know what I'm saying? I said, "Jealous of what? Jealous of who? And what do you mean? Jealous of what?"
Yo, hold on.
And niggas want to go between people. You know what I'm saying? Because I like never, I ain't never jealous of no person. You saying never jealous. You saying never jealous. I might talk shit, but I ain't never jealous. Like I definitely talk shit about all these big booty bitches walking around Washington Heights right now because they use their stimulus check to get a butt, and I use mine to pay rent, and I still owe rent, and I still got no butt. Still, I should have got my butt. But yeah, like it was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm.
So yeah, nah. So yeah, like so this person I was dealing with, right? Person I'm dealing with. So they recollections of stories be like from the heat of the moment because they don't be understanding because in the heat of the moment, nah, man, faces was turned, not just a face, faces was turned because it was like people were taken aback, not a person, but people were taken aback by comments made.
Not just one person.
I could tell you I was definitely flabbergasted. Like, what did you just say? What did you say, nigga? What the fuck?
What did you say?
Like the fuck? Like we like nah, and then that person definitely got bombed on. Like you were, why would you ever? You was drunk, and you said some slick shit that wasn't even like. Why would you even think to say some shit like that? Like, nah, you know what I'm saying? Like it was like nah, like I ain't fucking with you like that. Like you're bugging. Like why would you even think to say something? I hate women like that too. Anyway, like don't think as a woman that you gonna come because a nigga's friend with you that you want up shorty or that you gonna go to that shorty like with your chest out type shit. Like, nah, you're bugging. You're bugging, no? Because if a nigga was to do that to you, you'll feel some type of way. Oh, what? Is not even like the nigga.
You sassy.
Yeah, like if a nigga was to come try to fucking blow your shit up with the nigga that you with or something like that. If a nigga catch you while you with your man and say some slick shit about you or to him, you're gonna look like, hey, yo, what? Like that shit was crazy. I definitely bombed on Shorty for that. Fuck out of here. Like I'm like, fuck out of here. Yeah, like
you fucking up the main thing.
Yeah, you not even fucking up the main thing because it was nothing to fuck up. You know what I'm saying? But no way in hell was you thinking you was gonna say some slick shit like that. Like you was drunk, so that's why I was letting go. But definitely the next day when you sobered up, I was at your door. Like, yo, what the fuck was wrong with you? Like, you know what I'm saying? You was drunk last night. You said, oh, I said, yeah, nah, I don't appreciate that.
Right.
Like, yeah, nah, I don't appreciate that because why would you even say some shit like that? To insinuate something. You know what I'm saying?
People like
why the fuck would she be jealous of you for what? For what reason? Give me a reason.
That's why you hear a lot of girls be like, "Oh, he used to try to talk to me." Like, all right, but you ain't get that nigga no play, and now he's dealing with her. What the fuck?
It wasn't even it wasn't even that deep.
No, I know that. I'm just saying a lot of people will risk,
and that's the craziest part. It's just like that's the craziest part. Like,
you
come
willing
on,
to get
like,
beat up over some pride over saying
that's a fucking fact. It wasn't even pride because she can't fight, so it wasn't even pride. It wasn't even pride. You was about to get all of stomped on for stupidity.
For nothing.
Word, for stupidity, for being drunk and just talking too fucking much out your neck. You know what I'm saying?
Shit happens a lot, B. It's not worth it, but people
like out of line. Being completely out of line too. Like the fuck? You know, like nah, it's like I'm good on you. Like you're
Nah, I would recommend that too. Don't deal with nobody that's trying to blow your spot up because they do not.
It's not even dealing with though. Don't even involve yourself with. Don't be friends with none of that shit. Like nobody should ever have an inkling to try to think that they could say something to somebody that you're with.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Your friend or anything type. If you're my friend, you're not my girlfriend's friend. Be cordial.
I agree with that.
All right.
But, we about to come up on time, y'all. Does anybody got anything else to add before we get out of here for the rest of the night?
Look at both sides, motherfuckers. Both sides. Both sides. You know what I'm saying? When we dig deep, make sure we look at both sides when we digging deep out here because there's stories on each side and respect. You're saying respect. Get some respect to Minmo. I want to talk about that in the next podcast because it was a viral little drawing of this guy crying. He had mad hands, holding mad shit, all the responsibility he had. And so many women was in there complaining about it. Like, have love for our men too. Are y'all crazy out here? We are women,
like, why he holding 3 onions?
Yeah, like if one hand is empty, that's the hand he used to do what you call it. Like they mad, like come on, like have some empathy and sympathy for our men too. And stop laughing at them when they come forward with their issues, regardless of what their issue is. I mean, there's a problem happening, and we can fix it if we take our time to fix it. And that's about all I gotta say about that.
I dig it. Anything you gotta say now?
Yeah, never let anybody you call your friend think that they can take it there with your lady because it ain't gonna end well for them. Your lady is your queen, man. It's chess, and the king and the queen are the 2 most important pieces. Always remember that in the game of life.
I dig it. I agree with that 100%. That's good advice to the gentlemen out there. I know you want to show off for your boys, but don't let nobody try to one up on your girl. Not your boys, not other females in your life. Nobody.
Never.
What I got to say is victim mentality and victim. We talk about that a lot, and it is becoming monetized. Something I want to cover on probably one of the next podcasts we do is they even coming at Beyonce right now saying that she was forcing one of her
come on, man,
to dance and try to teach her daughter to dance, so she forced her to perform it every day or something like that. I'm just trying to show to the extent, yeah, that's what
everybody getting it. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to break it down to. When you open up those floodgates, remember that it's hard to close them, and look what you're opening them up to. Now you're putting people to scrutiny that nobody can really survive. If everybody
they coming at the Jay-Z too.
What?
For Foxy. For Foxy. Because Foxy was 15 years old.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, even Beyonce was like 16 when she met Hov, and he was like, I knew she was.
So you know what's next? They're gonna have to come after LL for that doing it and doing it and doing it. Wow. Shorty was only like 16 on that track.
That's a fact. There's a lot of stories about LL that motherfuckers don't talk about too, because you know he from New York and he been to Jersey a lot, and I don't get too much in the allegations.
Allegedly, people, allegedly. Now, I mean, we just talking shit allegedly.
Everything said is allegedly. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, don't take
out the mouth of beautiful people, allegedly. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, allegedly. Yeah, allegedly.
Yeah, so we just want to open up. I just want to open up that to people, let them know, like, once you open these floodgates, man, it's hard to close them shits. Now anybody can be accused of anything, and I think we getting out of hand with that shit. So Watch what y'all doing. This victim mentality shit only be profitable for a couple of months, and then y'all go broke, and then nobody fuck with y'all.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I think we had a great show, y'all. Definitely, everybody, make sure y'all follow us on all platforms. We're on Rumble.
Yo,
TikTok.
honey, how close is the moon?
It's really close.
I know.
Oh no! I ain't to the sky yet, but I got one roll. I'm gonna charge my phone before I go live while I walk the dog.
Okay.
Yeah, we definitely going to tune into that. Definitely tune into Honey on POF, as well as the fellas have Out Here Podcast Uncut on Saturdays, normally around 10 to 10:30. Make sure y'all check that out.
Yo,
POF.
check out Brody the One on Rumble now, man.
Yes, Blackmail
Media.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be a male, you could have media, but are you blackmail media? Nope. That's
not. Absolutely
not.
not. It's only one of those. Yeah, we appreciate y'all for coming in. Shout out to Amani if she in the building for being our #1 fan. And we are going to catch y'all on the next one out here.
Shout out to Jutakul, whatever. Shout out to Nelica, Nelly
Absolutely.
with the belly out here. Shout out to Nothing Better. And shout out to Brody the One out here, Mr. Chocolate himself. And shout out to me. How you saying? Because nobody unfair to me. I got his honey cocoa bean to be since for beige. I'm never light skin out here. Never.
Nigga, what?
In the line, bro, because he acting up out here.
You already slow. Catch Honey. She about to go live, y'all. If y'all on POF, we're going to see y'all in a minute. Peace.
All right.